step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
I love that song. There's something about the song that kind of wakes you up in the morning when you hear it. It's a trigger. It's like, get up. I feel good today. Doesn't it feel that way?
Indeed. You just want to smile. You have to smile. And guess what? We're going to smile with you, Mzansi. Good morning. Welcome to it. It is midweek. My name is Jamie Lee Domberg.
My name is Carl Wasty. And today, we celebrate Africa Day. You were doing a song. Do the song. Do the song.
It's time for Africa.
It's wonderful.
We still know the dance.
We do know, some of us do. It's fantastic, but it's going to be a great day. We want to be whipping up some of those traditional soups. In fact, I can smell some of the prep for the soups already, and I'm really getting that like sort of a culinary hug from all of the stuff we're going to cook for you today. It's going to be great.
To be inspired by the colours of Africa in fashion designer, we have Patricia Namirira's Mama collection, and she's going to be showcasing that and showing us all the fibres and also all the textures that comes from the beautiful continent, Africa.
Indeed. And also we're going to make some really cool things like injera, which is sourdough flatbread pancake, to egusi, which is a West African name for the seeds of plants. We've got some plantain coming in the mix as well. We've got so many great elements that are going to make you feel so proud to be on this beautiful continent we call Africa.
And as always, like we say, grab yourself a coffee, grab yourself a juice, whatever for the next 3 hours. All you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy. And you get to connect with us, whether it be live on YouTube or on social media. And one person to speak all about social media is the beautiful African man himself,
yes,
Mr. Ralden Morning. Good morning.
Stop it, you. I like it. Good morning, you beautiful souls. Thank you for joining us. It's the middle of the week, and we're getting to celebrate it with you. And yes, we are celebrating. It's Africa Week, of course. You've heard the theme, and that's why I want to chat to all our brothers and sisters across the continent, or maybe even across the world. And today, the question is all about the theme of Africa Day, and of course, it is nutrition. And with it being the year of nutrition, we want to know what your favorite African dish is, and if you know what mother country or continent it actually originates from. Now, you can send us some WhatsApp voice notes. The number's 063-408-8863. And of course, use the hashtag Expresso Show. I'm trying to think of some of the favorite dishes from the African continent that I love. I know Mozambique, they do some peri-peri chicken, which I know I absolutely love. I know you do too. And of course, who cannot say braai vlees on top of that menu? I'm pretty sure that's a South African dish. I stand to be corrected though, and that's why we need you, Mzansi, to come through and share some of your intercontinental dishes with us as we celebrate nutrition in Africa Week. And it's time to celebrate and continue the magic of the show. Standing by right now is Jamie Lee Domberg with the news.
Thank you so much, Mr. Demone. Starting on the national front this morning, President Cyril Ramaphosa says Germany is committed to supporting South Africa's efforts towards industrialization, infrastructure development and job creation. Ramaphosa is presently hosting German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on an official visit. Now, he was elected Chancellor in December 2021. Remarking that he was happy to have helped with manufacturing vaccines, Scholz said South Africa needs to make it easier for Germany to invest here. Ramaphosa and Scholz also spoke about Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the need for negotiations to bring about an end to the war. Scholz said the war needs to end. Then well-known South African actor Jamie Bartlett has passed away. He was 55 years old. Bartlett was best known for playing the role of David Gennaro in Rhythm City and Mike O'Reilly in Isidingo, among others. He was born to a South African mother and a British father in Maidenhead, England in 1966. He studied speech and drama at the University of Cape Town and made numerous appearances in both international and local films. His career saw him recognized with many awards, including a South Africa Film and Television Award and a Vleerderkap Theatre Award. Then looking to news on the international front, the African Development Bank has approved a $1.5 billion emergency program, and this is to alleviate the impact of worsening food insecurity in Africa due to the war in Ukraine. Now, some 20 million farmers on the continent will benefit from the fund as Africa faces a shortage of at least 30 million metric tons of food, usually imported from Russia and Ukraine. Now, the price of wheat has soared in Africa by over 45% since Russia's invasion, and fertilizer prices have gone up by 300%, and the continent faces a fertilizer shortage of 2 million tons. Then staying on the global front, member countries of the World Health Organization, the WHO, have re-elected Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus for a second term as Director General. He will hold the position for another 5 years. Now, Tedros from Ethiopia became the first person from Africa to hold the top position at the health body in 2017 and was nominated for a second term by the World Health Organization's executive board. He reportedly garnered 155 of 160 votes. And then a feel-good story for everyone out there. The story of what happened to Emmanuel Tulu of Liberia has the quality of a true African Ubuntu fable. Now, the 19-year-old, dressed in a school uniform, looks incongruous in a class of pupils at least 6 years his junior. But he's as happy as can be. Now, last year, he was battling to earn a living as a motorbike taxi driver when he found $50,000 in a plastic bag at the roadside. He could have easily pocketed this life-changing amount, but he gave it to his aunt to keep. And when the rightful owner appealed on national radio for help in finding the cash, Emmanuel stepped forward. Mocked by some for his honesty, his act earned him generous rewards, including a place at Rick's Institute, one of Liberia's most prestigious schools. President George Weah, the one-time international soccer star, remember him? Well, he gave him $10,000, and a local media outlet owner also donated cash to him. Now, the owner of the money that was found donated $1,500 as well. And to crown it all, a college in the US reacted by offering him a full scholarship once he had completed his secondary education. Now, this just shows that crime doesn't pay, but honesty indeed does. On that feel-good note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have a first look at the sports. Here's Carl.
Thanks a lot, Jamie. Let's take a look at this morning action, starting with football. Orlando Pirates recorded their first DStv Premiership win in 4 matches as they comfortably beat Maritzburg United 4-1 at the Orlando Stadium. Damon Corsi Lorch was the star of the show with a goal and 2 assists to help Manda Trikazi's side return to winning ways. Kwame Pepra, Dion Hotto and Cabello Dlamini also got into the score sheet for the hosts, with Friday's Samu getting a solitary reply for the team of choice who finished the season in 12th place. The Sea Robbers moved up to 6th in the standings, and that's on 43.6 away from their target of CAF Championship football. And of course, should the Buccaneers beat Royal AM and SuperSport United on the 27th of May and 30th of May respectively, they will finish runners-up in the league. On to South African cricket. In fact, I'm going to focus on a South African cricketer, Proteas superstar David Miller, who powered the Gujarat Titans into the Indian Premier League final with a brilliant exhibition of power hitting, as only South Africans do, with the Titans requiring 16 runs off the final over. Miller slapped 3 consecutive sixes to take his team past Rajasthan Royals' 188 for 6 in the qualifier 1. The left-hander finished unbeaten on 68 off just 38 balls. He was well supported by his captain Hardik Pandya, who scored 40 not out as the two shared in a 106-run stand for the 4th wicket. The Royals will, though, have another opportunity to progress to the grand final when they face the winner of today's eliminator between the Lucknow Super Giants and Royal Challengers Bangalore. On to rugby. Springbok hooker Joseph Dweba will return to South Africa next season, having signed a 3-year deal with the Stormers. The front row powerhouse has spent the last 2 years playing in France for top 14 side Bordeaux Bagels, and will be back on home soil next season, with his contract taking effect from July. Former SA Schools and junior Springbok, Dweba made his Springbok debut against Argentina last year, having also featured prominently for South Africa A in their win against the British and Irish Lions. The recruitment of Dweba also means the Stormers have found an effective replacement for Bongiam Bonambi, the first-choice hooker who left to make a new start to his career with the Sharks during the course of last year. And wrapping with things making a racket, specifically tennis, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga gave Norway's 8th seed Casper Ruud a run for his money in a tight French Open first-round battle, but predictably headed into a tear-jerking retirement with a 6-7, 7-6 and 6-2, 7-6 defeat. The Frenchman, whose career had been hampered by multiple injuries in recent years, fought for almost 4 hours before bowing out in tears. The 37-year-old was one of only 3 men to beat Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer when each was world number 1. He was also an Australian Open runner-up in 2008 and earned Olympic silver in the men's doubles alongside Michael Laudrup at the London 2012 and was part of France's Davis Cup triumph in 2017. That's a wrap-up of your sporting action for now. You got another update in 1 hour. Over to Where Did We Go? Ryle is standing by.
Thank you so much, Carl. Of course, it's time to kick off our first report on the weather this morning and latest news concerning the Tongan volcano. Now, researchers have just finished mapping the mouth of the underwater volcano, which produced Earth's largest atmospheric explosion in over a century, which took place on the 15th of January this year. Now, the caldera of the volcano is presently 4 kilometers wide and drops to a base of 850 meters below sea level. Now, before catastrophic eruption, the base was at a depth of about 150 meters. Now, this drives home the scale of the volume of material ejected by the volcano. Now, at least 6.5 cubic kilometers of ash and rock. And put it in perspective, if all the main islands of Tonga was scraped to sea level, it would fill only 2/3 of the caldera. Now, this was said by Professor Shane Cronin of the University of Auckland in New Zealand. Now, although the volcano is unlikely to give a repeat performance for many hundreds of years, there are at least 10 volcanic seamounts in the wider region of the Southwest Pacific, and that could produce similar or something similar on a shorter time scale. Well, from our environmental news, we head over to our sunrise views, and we obviously can't start the day without showcasing those incredible sunrise images shared by you via the Expresso Facebook page, and we absolutely love it, Mzansi. Thank you so much. And we're starting off this morning with our regular photographer, Rina Vasan, who's coming all the way from East London, capturing this absolutely beautiful cloud-filled sky with hues of orange reflecting in the cloud cover. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And then another regular Gary Orkamp, family of ours now, you could call him, from East London, waking up slightly earlier and sharing this spectacular shot with us, showing off a sky filled with multiple hues, almost just as if they are melting easily into one another. Well, Mzansi, thank you once again. These pictures are nothing but magnifique, and it definitely gets us inspired and invoking all the good energy that we need for the day. But for now, it's time to take our first glance at the temperatures across the country. And starting off in Polokwane, today starting at 9, moving up to a high of 25 degrees. Umabela sees the day starting at 12, up to 27. Pretoria, a minimum of 8, moving up to a max of 24. And Johannesburg, similar conditions of 7, moving all the way up to 21 degrees Celsius. Now over in Mahikeng, where the day starts a little bit chillier on your side of the world, starting at 5, all the way up to 24. Klerksdorp, very similar, a chilly start of 5, up to a moderate 22 degrees. Kimberley, much the same, 5 is your low, moving up to 24. And Bloemfontein, starting off at a very chilly 1 degree, moving up to 22 degrees Celsius. Over in Richards Bay, sunny skies are expected, but nice conditions. I'd say very chilly for the first part. 16, moving up to a nice moderate 26 degrees. Pietermaritzburg sees the day starting at 11, up to 25. Durban, 19, up to 25. And Mthatha, chillier start of 10, but all the way up to 26 degrees. East London's day has a moderate day of 13, up to 22 being your max. Cradock sees a very chilly 4 degree start, up to only 24. Mbecha, a warmer start of 13 degrees, going up to 21. And George, almost verbatim when it comes to the weather. 13 is a low, moving up to a high of 21 degrees. Over now in the mother city in Cape Town, brings some rain today. 13 being your low, moving up to a high of 18 degrees. Worcester sees the day starting at 9, up to 21 degrees. Sutherland, always chilly on your side of the world. 3, moving up to 17. And last but not least, Uppington, starting the day at 7 degrees Celsius, all the way to a nice warm 27. Oh, looks like it's going to be a beautiful one on your side of town. But Mzansi, thank you so much once again for sending those incredible pictures in. We love to see it. And what else do we love to see? Well, that's the rest of the team serving us nothing but the magic. Let's catch up with them right now.
Oh, so sweet. It is World Africa Day today here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we have the people from the Khoisan heritage, the farmers of the Khoisan heritage, and they're here to make us Rooibos tea like we've never seen it before.
It's going to be absolutely sensational. Plus, you know, you can call us for anything in the kitchen because Chef Clem is here quite early. We have a 3-part culinary hotline bling for you. It's going to be absolutely sensational, so stick around, remember the number, okay, and make sure you get your things at 021 110 5552. If you've got any questions for the kitchen, stay right there. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Of course, we are here to celebrate It's Africa Day, and next we are joined by studio, and this man and these two gentlemen actually are very special individuals indeed. Firstly, it's Edgar Valentine, a Rooibos farmer of the 5th generation Khoisan descent, and then he's part of the Fair Wuppertal Rooibos Cooperative, which is a community of Rooibos farmers that share the same Khoisan heritage and is tucked away in the Wuppertal Valley, and the area where the first Rooibos plants and their almost miraculous health properties were discovered more than 200 years ago. Now, joining him alongside him is Matthew Sampson, the MD of agri-processing company Best Investing, and he also owns the Wuppertal Rooibos 1830 brand. Gentlemen, firstly, welcome, Matthew, Edgar. It's good to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us.
Maybe I can chat to you firstly. Wuppertal, I haven't really heard much about this place. It sounds like it's quite far away. It sounds quite special though indeed, but can you tell me more about the area, the community, where it exactly is?
Yeah, Wuppertal is 70 kilometers southeast of Klein Willem in the rough Cederberg Mountains area. Wuppertal was actually established in 1830 by 2 Rhenish missionaries. And when they come there was already 7 families in the valley that lived there, the Khoisan families.
Okay.
And this is where Wuppertal actually originates. And this is where that good Rooibos plant is. And I believe that is the epicenter where the Rooibos actually started within Wuppertal.
I mean, if you look at the people especially, I mean, it's some heritage, some culture that runs deep within our veins even to this day, and we have a lot to owe to this. But, I mean, Matthew, I mean, something like this, very small community out in the middle of almost nowhere, some would say. Well, now at least Mzansi's aware of it too. Why would you get involved in a community like this? Why would you get involved in doing work in such an area? I mean, what's the purpose? Why?
Well, so I ended up, so Wuppertal is a Moravian mission station. I was baptized in the Moravian church.
Ah, okay.
And I ended up there looking for a completely different plant species when I worked in the biopharmaceutical space. And I guess I'm a bit of a dreamer, and I established from the Western Cape Department of Agriculture that this impoverished community are actually the custodians of the world's best Rooibos. And it took me probably about 6 months and 20 trips to Wuppertal to convince them to trust me and that we could build a brand together that, well, my shareholders and the community and the agricultural community, specifically of Wuppertal, could benefit from. And this is where we are today.
Talk to me about the convincing, because obviously when we're talking about convincing, it's not just the culture, the heritage, the land, and the people that you're also talking about, but it's the product, it's Rooibos, right? And
yeah.
I mean, it has various health benefits we've spoken about on the show. Maybe you can tell me more, and maybe Mzansi more, about why it is such a good product, why it's worthy of being showcased around the world, and why we can be proud of it.
Absolutely. So Rooibos is very special, and it's a product of origin of the Western Cape province. But Wuppertal Rooibos specifically, the Western Cape Department of Agriculture is involved in a process to obtain protected geographical indication status for Wuppertal Rooibos as a commodity, because as a commodity that sits above commercially farmed Rooibos.
Okay.
So that's the custodians of the term Wuppertal Rooibos would be the community.
Okay.
Okay. And that's an ongoing process. So Wuppertal Rooibos then being the champagne of Rooibos, so to speak. There's a study by the Agricultural Research Council that does a correlation between one of the key findings, it was a 3-year study, is that the higher the polyphenol level, so like your antioxidants, etc.,
yes.
in Rooibos, there's a direct link between that scientific fact and the quality of the Rooibos. And on our website, we have laboratory analyses from Japan Food Research Laboratories to CPUT, local universities, that demonstrate that the Rooibos that you consume under our brand has exponentially higher levels of polyphenols. So yes, it is a healthier beverage than I would say commercial Rooibos, largely because of the way it's farmed and where it's farmed. And it's good for diabetes prevention, it's good for your liver, I should have had some last night before I slept because it's also good to put you to sleep.
Sleep as well, yeah.
Yeah, and so a variety of health benefits, a very, very good antioxidant levels.
Edgar, while I have you here as well, I mean, look, I'm always so taken aback by when it comes to indigenous knowledge. Let's say that, because it's something that often can get lost in our culture, this instant world of gratification. And it seems to be like that indigenous knowledge is a part of making this, that champagne of Rooibos teas as well. Why do you think it's so important to maintain that knowledge, especially within your culture, within your community, and also to be able to almost express it within such a beautiful product like Rooibos?
Yeah, with the acknowledgement of our knowledge about the Rooibos, this is one of the best things that can happen to our small communities or smaller farmers in the Rooibos. And the knowledge comes from ages ago. For, let's say, our forefathers used to go and pick that special plant in the field and bring it down to the community with donkeys or on their back, the men especially. And they used to drink that special plant, not as a tea like we do it today, but as an herbal for certain diseases and stuff like that. And when a mother was breastfeeding and she got not enough milk, then they used the Rooibos tea as a substance.
Oh, wow.
And this is one of our good practices that we used to do. And it is so that we can't actually let our knowledge get past. And that is the good thing that I previously referred to, the acknowledgement of our Rooibos.
Look, it's incredible what you guys are definitely doing because, number one, for me, it's preserving culture, it's preserving heritage and history, which a lot of us are associated with. And on top of that, you're also uplifting communities at the same time. So this is an incredible project, Mzansi. It's something that I definitely think you want to find out more about. You can head over to the website, wr1830.co.za, to find out more about this incredible project and what's happening with, when they call it the champagne of Rooibos. It's something special. It's something to be proud of. And I can't thank you, gentlemen, enough to share some more of this and shed some light on this from Mzansi, especially after the fact that it's Africa Day. This is something to definitely celebrate. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, the absolute pleasure. Mzansi, we're going to carry on celebrating. Of course, we're heading back to the kitchen. It's time to solve some potential conundrums, and it's early this time, but Chef Clem is standing by.
Thank you so much, Raul. And I mean, tea sounds fantastic. Of course it is. But of course, we have to complement tea with another warm thing. And that is something that we're going to get into right now. Welcome back to another installment of a very special edition. We've got a trilogy of these moments that we call the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ching, ching, ching. I had to give you the operatic version. It's very, very important. Now, we are joined by our favorite chef. Usually, they would say one of our favorite chefs, but it's probably our favorite. Don't tell the other chefs. Chef Clem is here. He is on our foodie panel, as always, this morning to help you out and answer any of your culinary conundrums and tackle winter warmers. We all know that we love soup. Trust me, one cloud in the sky, and your mommy is making soup, or we are making soup. That's how it goes. So, do you have any questions on all things in the kitchen or need help getting out of those sticky foodie situations? I have a soup recipe you want to share with us. Please feel free. Join in on the discussion. We've got a new way for you to do it because there's something great about sending through a voice note, isn't there? You can get into your phone and say, Chef Clem, I love you. How do you make chicken soup? It works that way. So here's the WhatsApp line number. It's 063 40 888 63. Voice note now. And I want to start you off with something so beautiful, Chef Clem. Before I even greet you, man, there was a comment that came through via Facebook from Teresa Maika. And Teresa said this, right? My favorite soup is chicken soup. Can't wait to learn more from my favorite chef, Chef Clem. He is good-looking, talented, amazing, gorgeous. I want to listen to him all day.
Wow.
I added some of that, but it doesn't matter because I want to make sure that you feel good.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Thank you. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so... If I'm smelling chicken soup and the ingredients, though, there's something about the fresh ingredients that kind of make you feel like you're at home, you know? So thank you, Teresa, for that comment. But there is another comment that came through, and this actually gets on to the chicken soup scenario. Now, Shireen Abrams actually said this on Facebook. Good morning, Clem and the team. We'd like to make vegetable soup at our home, but now we would like to make a chicken soup. So maybe if you can share a recipe with the viewers on Wednesday, Isn't that today?
It's today.
It's today, yes, it's today. I love the Culinary Hotline, and I'm looking forward to this coming Wednesday. So, it's Wednesday. Are you saying yes to the recipe?
I'm saying yes to the recipe.
Yes.
Chicken soup. I mean, it is mother's penicillin, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Right?
There's something
it cures
about it, eh?
everything.
Yeah.
Cures a heartbreak.
It does.
It does.
Eh?
It's
like a hug from the inside.
yes, tear.
Yes.
Chicken, it's
Emotional.
it's like, honestly, people use the word wholesome a lot. But this is wholesome.
I'm smelling the wholesome tastes
Are you?
and flavors, and that's the great thing about chicken soup. But the thing is, I feel like it can be daunting if you're not a soup person. And you know, everybody's tummy has a different way of creating a soup. There's always like some sort of a variety of, oh, you must add this, my boy, you must add that, my boy. You must add, you know, some people throw in barley, some people throw in some other options. But, you know, sometimes you just need that one staple,
Yeah.
and then you can add on from there. So I'm assuming you can give us that base staple.
I'll give you the
today.
base.
Okay.
And the good thing is it's very difficult to mess up a soup. It really is, okay? The thing that works on your side the most is time.
Yes.
With time, veggies start breaking down and develop like a whole completely different flavor profile. Chicken, which would normally taste like chicken, gets so much more depth when you slowly cook and you get the flavor out of the fat, which is the skin,
Yeah.
and out of the bones,
Yeah.
and out of the meat. So someone's taken the skin off this chicken.
So hold on, are you saying we have Carl chicken?
It's a cow chicken.
Carl chicken.
It's a cow. Okay,
It's
here's
fine.
the thing.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
The naked
Even if
chicken recipe.
The naked
Alright.
chicken recipe. If you're avoiding extra fats in your diet, here's the
Yes.
thing. Still cook the chicken in your soup with the skin on at the end, take the skin off. You get a lot of flavor and texture out of it.
Agreed.
Keep the skin on. Okay, then, what's happening in your fridge right now? If you've got some pumpkin that's looking a bit like
Yeah.
a little sad, put it in the soup. We've got some turnips in here. We just had it in the fridge. We're putting it in.
I love a good turnip.
It's so under...
Boom, 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 boom. Heaven knows. Sorry. Yes, continue.
That too.
Yep.
Raul walked in at the wrong time.
Yeah, when
Raul walked in and
he's like, why are you guys singing Heaven Knows? Is that a jaw? Yes, it is. It's jaw in the kitchen. That's
It
what's
is.
happening. All right, so we got the turnips.
Okay,
Onions that you just throw in there. Onion.
Another thing. Onions. We've kept the skin on those, the papery skin on the outside of the onion. When you're making soup, right? Add the papery skin to the soup and just fish it out in the end. You get this like beautiful amber, browny, intense color
Like the
and
like the tannin
flavor.
from the...
Like the
Are
tannin.
you saying that you're talking about
Like
this
the-
outer layer over here? You want this layer here?
Exactly.
Add it to the soup.
Add it to the soup and then just take it out in the end. Like you spoke about the tannins, it's not just the color. You get flavor out of it.
Wow.
You get flavor out of it. Okay, so leeks go in, and then we got celery.
That's an information leak you just gave us now. Well done. That's fantastic. I had to. Sorry.
You have to.
Yes.
You have to.
Apparently. They call that the plumber's veg.
Leeks.
Yep.
Leeks.
Anyway,
Leeks.
nice. Yes.
Okay,
What else you got?
one thing that's missing that's not here that I think it's my fault I didn't put in the recipe, Baileys. Like,
Really?
like 4 or 6 Baileys go in there. Then we're gonna go in with some cloves. And here's, again, the little aromatic spices you can
Yeah.
make your own. Like, you really can. This is, okay, there's literally like
What is that?
6 little peppercorns. Ach, shame. Ach, shame.
Was that deliberate or
Make it
did
like-
the other peppercorns leave with the skin?
When we find the skin, we'll find the peppercorn. Make it like 12 peppercorns, okay?
Okay.
And then salt. So it's really, really, really hard to mess up a chicken soup. Just
I
get
think
what-
Shireen is loving this right now, watching us create this beautiful thing. But I want to fast forward for a second because obviously we have the recipe available for you. Shireen, don't worry about it. It'll be on the website, expressoshow.com. Also, all of the ingredients you need and the method. But just to fast forward, I see that you also have over here some
Yeah.
pasta.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, very important, cold water went in there, not
Yes.
hot water.
Okay.
Cold water went in. As soon as things start softening and the color of the broth starts changing, the last 10 minutes, add your pasta to it and put the lid on.
Great.
There's going to be enough heat in it that's going to continue cooking the pasta. This is the one time you're allowed to go over al dente, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
This is the one time.
That mouthfeel that you
Because
want.
You want that mouthfeel of the soft pasta. That starts shredding the chicken off the bone. We're just curing everything with the soup.
This is beautiful. It really is. Can I tell you something? I'm excited. We've got another couple of parts coming. It is going to be a turn-up. So make sure you stick around for another episode, or should I say another part, of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Remember, 063 40 8863. Send us a voice note now.
Oh, you can make my day.
Are you a new newly qualified chef looking to pocket a whopping 15,000 Rand in cash and the title of Excellent Young Chef for 2022? Then listen up and enter now. Entry is easy. Simply follow the Excellent Young Chef competition link on Afternoon Express's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages and upload a video of you sharing your name, a short intro about yourself, when and where you qualified, and your signature Excella dish using Excella Thai long grain rice, sunflower oil, or mayonnaise. Entries close on Friday, the 3rd of June at midday. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful people, to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. As we celebrate World Africa Day, we are bringing you an incredible story of brands and also communities that are really coming together to make a real difference in the lives that really make up this beautiful nation that we call home.
Yep, a beautiful nation indeed. And now, in an effort to promote food security and sustainability, the Hyundai team visited a small community in the Free State where they donated gardening kits which would allow the entire community to not only feast for one night, but to grow an ecosystem that will feed them for a lifetime. Check this out.
Nampo Harvest Day is one of the largest agricultural exhibitions in the Southern Hemisphere, and it takes place annually just outside the town of Bothaville here in the Free State where I am today. And Hyundai, who are attending the expo, have made a commitment to give back to the local community and something special. Let's just say they are giving the gift that literally keeps on giving. Rachel, it was so special to see the handover, knowing the difference that it's going to make. Why has Hyundai decided to partner up with Real Gardens, and what all has been donated today?
We are so excited to be partnering with an organization like Real Gardening, and they've developed these incredible kits that have got a lot of scientifically proven techniques worked into them to really cultivate and grow these nutritious veggie gardens in the best possible conditions specific to the terrain of that region. It's just so clever and so user-friendly as well. And what's more is they also provide these monthly training sessions which are going to be run through the schools in order to ensure that it's sustainable. So we're very excited to be donating to 5 schools in the Bothaville area, as well as 1,000 local households to feed families of 4 for 1 year.
How has Hyundai chosen to specifically donate to this particular school and community?
There is an agricultural expo Nampo happening just down the road, and Hyundai is one of many exhibitors there. And just coming into the community of Bothaville, we just noticed that there was a great need we felt that it was the time to just come and give back to the community, leave it in a better space than when we entered it in. And we're so excited to be partnering with Real Gardenings and Rise Against Hunger in order to do this.
So this box will sustainably feed 4 people in a household every day for a year. Inside we have 12 envelopes that reference each month. So each month a new envelope will be planted and it will reuse the land. So the family will only need 16 square meters of land in order to plant this. It's already packaged according to region and season. So all of the thinking work has been taken out, making gardening fun, easy and simple.
What has been done by Uhande is actually one of the first that we've ever worked with. So the initiative they started now is actually really amazing.
You know that old saying, give a man a fish and he will eat for a day, but teach a man how to fish and he will eat for a lifetime. Well, that sentiment is being brought to life right here. Now, this entire community has a garden that's self-sustaining and a source of food security, plus the tools and the resources to ensure the whole community is a part of the learning, the management, and of course, the delicious offerings.
So we encourage that households download the app, which will guide them through their gardening journey on a day-to-day basis, telling them what to do based on what they've planted and when it needs to be done. We also encourage the WhatsApp groups through the community projects that we run, where the households who receive this garden can all interact with one another. They have access to Real Gardening and our training resources, as well as assistance from our implementing partners on the ground who come in and assess the gardens as they grow.
It is going to help a lot of children and a lot of families in order for them to understand how to grow, how to give food for their own houses, own families, and to make sure that every child is growing to learn on how to grow their own food and how to grow their own things in their own personal gardens. If children are able to provide for themselves, grow food for themselves, it might minimize a little bit of poverty.
We're really hoping to provide a space for kids to come and get the nutrition they need in order to be able to be at their best, to learn in an environment where their minds are agile.
Thanks to Hyundai and Real Gardening, these small boxes will make a big impact, allowing communities to flourish and become self-sustaining ecosystems that will assist in creating food security at a household level in every household. Now that is something to smile about.
You know, it's so beautiful to see when brands come together to give back to communities that need it. We love to see it.
Absolutely love it. And the fact that we're empowering at the same time and uplifting. And I really do hope that education lasts a lifetime. And speaking of a lifetime, we've got so many tips with you when it comes to the kitchen that could last a lifetime. And standing by right now, it's Carl and, of course, Chef Clem. Let's back to the Culinary Hotline Bling. See you there.
So here we go, we got part 2 for you. I said there's 3 parts, 3 parts, going to be absolutely sensational this morning. And this morning we are chatting about something very important, which is soup during winter. On your, I have to do this, the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. It's got to be a deeper one because of the soup we're making. We're going to get the flavors developed, and we're going to ask you exactly what you need to hear. Because the thing is, sometimes, you know, the soup recipes we have, they get a bit confused. It's passed down through generations. You can't remember that one ingredient. I completely understand. So please join the conversation on our WhatsApp line number. Send us a quick voice note. It's so simple, 063 40 888 and we'd love to chat to you. So let's get into a recipe for something so sensational and beautiful. Now, this has been asked about a couple of times. I know that we get a message around oxtail, samp, and bean soup. That's the recipe that people are looking for.
Right.
Me too.
This recipe comes with a bed, a blanket, and a pillow.
It actually comes with emotional comfort and support. It comes with memories.
Therapy, food therapy.
Therapy.
It is. So it is another very easy recipe to make. I've never met a soup recipe that's complicated. And I think the basis of soup is like get it all in a pot, let it just cook, and let things break down, develop in flavor. And this is one of those recipes where you have to go low and slow. And it takes about 4 hours for that oxtail to fall off the bone. And you want that to happen. Like 90% of the appeal of this recipe is the way that that meat falls off the oxtail bone, the way the oxtail gives off flavor. And the first thing you have to do to get that happening is brown off your oxtail. So what I do is if I'm making oxtail soup, I actually season my oxtail the night before. Something magical happens to the meat.
Very true.
And you get so much more flavor out of it when you brown meat that's been seasoned in advance. So
my phone is actually going off. I just want to hit it on voice note. Sorry, my phone's going. Janine from Cape Town sent us a voice note. Just take a listen to this.
Good morning, guys. So I just want to say thank you very much for showing me this recipe. I just made a pot of my mother's old school veg and lamb soup yesterday. So it came out very well, but I do mine with a base of split peas and then everything else get added in. So I will definitely be trying this chicken soup. And I'm just saying that I'm loving your vibes this morning. Awesome. You started my morning off with a bang.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. The thing is, Janine was just saying the chicken soup recipe that you've actually shared was perfect. You're going to give it a shot. Split peas is usually her base, which I love too. But I think this one's going to be another one Janine's going to try as well. But in reference to our first recipe, the chicken soup, which is available to you on expressoshow.com if you missed out on that one. Right, we're doing oxtail now and salmon beans, which is great. So the oxtail is, you can give it a good, like a little braise, a little bit of color on.
It takes 20 minutes to do that.
Yeah, it does.
Because you want to get some serious, like when you think it's almost burnt, that's what you want out of it. So what I've got here is like pink meat. You don't want that. You want proper, dark, caramelized meat. That's why I don't use stock in this recipe, because you get so much flavor out of the oxtail. You're going in with your onions.
Yeah, and oxtail is one of those meats where you have to go low and slow because you have to get into all the sort of the fibers and the tendons inside, and you want to break it down beautifully. That's the whole thing. So this is so important. While you're doing that, I feel like you and I are very popular on the voice notes today. We've got another one. So just Abada's coming through with this one. Just take a listen to this voice note.
Morning, guys. Happy Africa Day. Yes, we Africans in this continent, we love our food. We have food from every part of the world, actually. We have couscous, we have rice, we love our flatbreads, our rolls, our beans, our curries. And especially here in South Africa, we love our meat. We love our desserts, our melted, our kusistas, our mouth.
Wow.
What did she say?
Well, basically, just to kind of paraphrase, because obviously we're dropping the voice notes quite randomly in the middle of our oxtail recipe, but here's the thing. She was saying about Africa Day and how beautiful it is to have all of these different influences from all over the planet that have been adopted by us and integrated within our recipe, showcasing the openness of the African continent, which means that on a culinary level, we don't have gates up saying that is exactly what you need to do. We actually need to know that we are diverse. We will welcome different types of cuisines, different proteins, different carbs into a recipe in order to actually integrate everybody.
I love that.
It's an inclusive continent on a culinary level, and we must never forget about that.
Food is that medium. We don't need to speak the same language to like understand the meaning of a dish. And look at people getting so deep.
I like
Before 7 o'clock, I love it.
And also, Abada's voice has got that voice, like the story, like she's got a couple of stories to tell about food, which I love.
I was thinking because it's before 7 o'clock, maybe she's still in bed and she's doing a voice attack.
No, you must do your voice loud and proud. On Africa Day.
You shout.
Come on now.
You shout.
We are loud and proud here. That's the thing. Okay, so you've done that. You're going to go 20 minutes. You're going to give it some proper color.
Proper color.
Thereafter, I see you got a mirepoix that you put in there as well. So you
tell the people what a mirepoix is and tell them.
I mean, a lot of people have different versions, but I mean, it's celery, it's carrot, sometimes it's onion, and then there's tomatoes people throw in it as well to kind of also add to that. Some people also take any root veg that they have and just to kind of give it a bit more sort of richness or depth or whatever. So I think that's kind of but I think that the staples for me is always the celery, and it's the carrot that goes in and the onion that goes in.
It adds so much flavor and it bulks up your soup. Look at me because it's like a kitchen at home, you know, you just walk around the kitchen with stuff, fill up your pot. Again, cold water is very important. You always want to start with cold water. If you add hot water, you get a murky soup. You don't want that. So start off with cold water. So everything goes into the pot, and again, you forget about it now. Turn it on a low heat, put the lid on, come back in 4 hours, chicken it every now and then.
And done and dusted.
You're
This
good.
is great. Okay, so you got your, before you open that, I want to open a voice note. Sorry, I'm loving the fact that this vibe is coming through, man.
Send it through,
one more. Let's take a listen to this one.
Morning, Chef Clem and Expresso team. I'm Borsie here from Veldrift in the Western Cape. I would just like to ask a question. Why do you make such a lekker food in the morning at 6:30? When I need to get ready for work, I'm sitting like a child watching cartoons and Christmas thingies. So please let me know, how must I get through my day with all this lekker food?
I don't know, do you want to answer? I could answer, but I feel like you should answer. So would you want to go into it?
I feel like you're starting the day off on the high note. It gives you something to look forward to when you get home, you know, soup's happening today. And to walk out the door hungry, not just for food, but for life. I think that's important. Look at me just pretend.
Look at you go. That's just stunning, honestly.
I like doing like this, doing the segments just early in the morning. I feel like it really sets you up for the day. You have enough time to plan. Okay, cool. Gonna stop at Woolies, gonna get this. Get home, start cooking it. So next week we're gonna start at 4 a.m.
Okay.
Just to get you ready for it.
On your own there.
All the camera guys are like, no!
You are on your own at 4 a.m. Anyway, okay, so what Chef Tim's going to do is going to finish this up. You're going to add some of the sampan beans that is available over here. Remember, all the recipe ingredients are there for you, plus the method, of course, on expressoshow.com. Any other voice notes, any other comments? If you're feeling like the vibes in Africa Day, remember this number, 06340 88863. We'd love to hear your voice on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you for staying here with us, your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso. Now, here's the thing about us, guys. We're always looking for the best way to get from point A to point B. But there are so many other things to consider when, you're out on the road. And Uber makes it that much easier to get you to your destination, stress-free as well. And that's why today we're joined by the head of communications from Uber South Africa, one of our favorites, Mpho Sebilibili, to tell us more about their business across Africa. Because it's not just here that they're doing fantastic work. Mpho, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you so much for hosting me again.
Mpho, it is such an honor, and obviously always great to have you here. We're celebrating Africa Day. Can you tell us all about your amazing operations out in Africa?
Absolutely. We operate in 7 countries across sub-Saharan Africa. We're also in Egypt, which forms part of our Middle East and North Africa portfolio. So we're quite proud in terms of what we've seen in our operations. In South Africa, we started operating nearly 10 years ago. So we're quite excited to really see the growth of the brand with the different markets that we service in Africa. One thing that I would like to announce is we are so proud that we've recently completed our 1 billionth trip in Africa. So for us this year, Africa Day is so much more special with this milestone, which it coincides with.
1 billionth trip. Mpho, that is absolutely incredible. Please tell us everything about this incredible milestone. What exactly does it mean? I can't imagine 1 billion trips.
We are so excited about this achievement, and it wouldn't have been possible without the drivers that operate their businesses on our platform, who are always hard at work to make sure that they're providing riders with a hassle-free experience, as well as also riders like yourselves who continue to support and really choose us as their choice of mobility. There's just so much to actually tell about this milestone, but the one that really personally struck out for me when we reflected on this 1 billionth milestone was the amount of people that we have managed to move is actually equivalent to filling up Soccer City at least 5,000 times.
It is such an incredible milestone. Congratulations. And yes, that's to Uber and all of your partners that you get to work with. But I know that adapting to each country's specific needs is something that's very important to your business. How different is the Uber business from country to country? Do you have the same offerings across the board, or are they slightly tweaked?
We pride ourselves in building locally and tapping into the global expertise that the brand actually carries. So each country is quite unique. You can understand looking at the transport infrastructure in terms of what you find in Nairobi versus what you would find in Uganda versus what you'd find in South Africa. So it's quite important for us to understand what the market needs, where the different shifts and the movements are going, and make sure that we actually are providing a platform that is bespoke and well fitted. For example, in Kenya, we offer Uber Boda, which is equivalent to motorbike travel in South Africa. The city is quite congested, so it's a really great way of helping Kenyans to navigate the city in the most efficient way. So we definitely tailor the needs within each of the markets to make sure that we adapt to the conditions accordingly.
You know what? Something I say to every Uber driver these days at the end of the trip when I say thank you so much for getting me home safely is I look them in the eye and I say mobility is the name of the game. And it seems you guys have been able to capture that essence and deliver it so consistently, but in such a beautiful way. Well done on that. What can we expect in the near future from Uber? What does the future look like, the next 1 billion trips?
I mean, we're certainly going to be working even harder to get to even a bigger milestone. I think for us, what we're quite excited about is the fact that we are going to be celebrating our 10th year anniversary in South Africa next year. So it's quite an exciting time to really be part of shaping how we move people in Africa. The possibilities that and the opportunities that we see in this business are quite endless. And we really are quite encouraged in terms of the support that we have seen and received. And we are definitely looking forward to raising the bar on things like safety, on things like improving the experience of riders like yourself, to make sure that you continue to experience a hassle-free ride.
Mpho, well done, and congratulations to Uber. You've made such incredible progress across the years and throughout the years, but across Africa as well, hey?
Thank you so much.
That was Mpho Sibilibili, Head of Communications at Uber. It's great to see, really, the progress that this business has made with the significant milestone across Africa. And now Uber will continue giving you the virtual key for your next destination, because mobility is the name of the game, and they do it well.
Okay, the final segment is here, and I know you've been waiting for it this morning on the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. The thing is, we're looking for voice notes today. I know you got a culinary conundrum over there, and that's why Chef Clem is here. The soups that we're doing today are hearty, they're beautiful, they're wholesome. Remember this number, 063 40 88863, if you have any questions. We were busy with an oxtail soup. We just needed to add our sampan beans to it a little earlier. If you missed out on the recipe, go to expressoshow.com. We got it all there. Chef Clem, voice notes are going to come through. Comments have already come through all over. Let me share a few of those with you. So there's Jasmine Kaname. I got this off Facebook saying, my favorite soup is the normal veggies one with all the favorite flavors attached to it, and the smooth butternut one with a spiciness to it. I love spicy. So do I. My butternut soup must have kick.
A little bit of that heat.
It's got it.
It's like, it doesn't have to scream, but just like a little bit of that warmth in it. Just
you know why?
Elevates it.
I'm going to tell you something, and I know it sounds weird, but I just feel that if there's no bite to it, or not enough texture to a butternut soup, I just feel like it's been made for a baby to consume. That's why the spice kind of helps a lot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's the most important. And then, of course, we've got Lydia Malan saying, nothing better than pea and ham soup drizzle with a touch of fresh cream coming through. Josephine Pickstone saying, love soup, samp and beans, pumpkin, butternut, tomato, soup, and the list goes on. And then Auntie Jocelyn coming through. Good morning, Chef Clem. Jocelyn loves you. My all-time favorite soup is split pea soup or samp and beans. It's the heritage. It's the Africa Day vibes coming through today.
And the thing is, back in the day when people made samp and bean soup, you had to soak your samp, soak your beans, go through the process, and became like a 48-hour operation. Whereas now, you can buy it in the can. And that's why I didn't dust my oxtail in flour, because when I do add the samp and beans, that starch that's in there is going to thicken up the soup and add richness. And there's a few little tricks you can do, like when you're making a vegetable soup, sometimes you lack that depth.
Yes.
Worcester sauce is vegetarian. Add that to your veggie soup, and it gives you that instant umami burst. Also, mushrooms, roast them off. And I'm not talking about like a whole punnet of mushrooms, like half. Roast it off and then add it to the soup. The depth you get out of it is amazing. You will not miss meat at all. And if you are using meat...
You know, and that's the thing. So if you miss the umami, I think that's where the meat flavor comes from, you know? Yeah, that's the thing. You miss it. But when you have soup, don't you miss umami?
Don't you? Oh, you know those old school soup bowls that have the recipe on the side?
Yes!
Guys,
I had those. If you didn't have those bowls growing up, dude, come on.
Guys, if you have those bowls, everybody is like nodding in the studio. Take a picture and post it on Facebook. We want to see those bowls. We're going to bring back the retro stuff.
That's the heritage I'm talking about.
That's the heritage.
And you ate from that. I don't know, but the thing is, once again, you'd always have like somebody in the family that wouldn't follow that recipe on the bowl, because it's not like, you know, the grandmother used to make it, which is, it's okay to have that. It's so beautiful. But obviously, you're going to finish off the oxtail a little bit earlier. You did lots of color on it. You got the mirepoix that came through in there. Then, of course, you filled it with water, not hot water, otherwise it goes cloudy. So you got the cold water, so it stays clear. And now you're going to add the samp and beans to make sure that you finish it off. And you're going to go in that pot, cast iron pot, preferably. I'm just assuming. And you go how long?
4 hours.
4 hours.
This only goes in the last 20 minutes.
Perfect.
20 to 30 minutes. There is another hack of how you can elevate flavor in your soup with again, a few ingredients, and it just takes it from a 10 to a 25.
How?
Gremolata. You and I was talking about this. Gremolatas are the most underrated way of adding so much flavor to food. What we've got is essentially it's garlic, lemon zest, and parsley. However, we had some leftover celery stalks. We chopped that up, and that's in there. That's what's in there right now. When you do make a gremolata, don't forget to add the lemon zest. There's so much flavor in the lemon zest. So, Carl?
And oils as well, hey?
The oils.
It's just so good.
If you don't have a microplane.
Yes.
Talking about a throwback. Use your box grater.
Yes, of course you can.
Absolutely. So you do it on the fine side. When you start seeing white, stop. When it's white, it ain't right.
That's why I do my rotations. So when I do my rotations on it, so that you actually just get the skin just off.
The lighter color is called the pith, and it's very.
Excuse me.
Not a bad word.
Okay.
It's not a bad word. It's very bitter, and it's going to actually add too much bitterness to your soup. So you just want the vibrant yellow, the actual skin on the outside, the zest. You want that to go in there.
So at the moment, are you saying that I'm taking the pith?
Don't take the pith. Carl Westy.
I'm just asking if you
don't
just take. Hey, Chantal sent us a voice note.
Did she? Chantal?
Yes.
Good morning there, Chef Clem. This is Chantal from the Strand. I just want to let you know that I think your chicken soup that you showed this morning looks so divine, and I just love watching you cook.
Thank you, Chantal, all the way from Strand. I love that. And that's the thing about chicken soup. It looks very plain in that pot. Because we haven't browned things off. We haven't intensified flavor.
Yes.
That's where we rely on the time. And the thing is, that soup, I mean, if we look at it, is so intense with flavor by the time you're done cooking it, that it actually does, it blows your mind how much flavor we develop just because of time spent in the pot. So, oxtail soup.
Yes.
When you serve it up, that's when you add a little bit of gremolata to the top. Because you've got fresh leaves in there, if you add it to the soup itself, it's going to flavor it, but the leaves are going to lose texture.
The thing is, because you've got a lot of the rich flavors coming through, a lot of the fats from the oxtail, so you want to break that, and that's why the citrus in here and the freshness of the herbs are coming through as well, which is so beautiful. Chef Clem, this has been a trilogy of our session with the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting! Join us again next time. If you've got any conundrums, please send them to our Facebook page. Alternatively, just drop us a beautiful Africa Day message around your favorite African dishes, and we'd love to give them a shot in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do remember the number as well. Keep it with you. Save it on your phone as Expresso. All you have to do is 063 40 88863. Send through the voice notes, and we'd love to chat to you again. Chef Clem, you're
Isn't that Raul de Morn's actual cell phone number?
It's actually his number we stole. Yeah.
So if you want to send Raul a voice note, that's his cell phone number.
That's it. Get it now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso. We're live. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's World Africa Day. Africa, stand up. All the feel good coming your way. We're going to be making some mabele a bit later on, but right now it's time to find out what's happening in the world outside of Africa and within Africa with Jamie Lee.
Thank you so much, Uncle Tabzi. The time now 1 minute after 7 o'clock. Time to have another look at those news headlines. Starting on the national front, Defence and Military Veterans Minister Thandi Modise has warned her department has such a lack of resources that should a critical event arise, the military would be hard-pressed to respond. Now, she said this yesterday while tabling her 49 billion rand budget for the 2022-2023 financial year in Parliament. The department is facing a dire shortage of critical equipment desperately needed in times of crisis and climate change events. The minister added that the present circumstances could be ascribed to questionable leadership and poor decision-making, which damaged the department's reputation. Then staying on the local front, President Cyril Ramaphosa says Germany is committed to supporting South Africa's efforts towards industrialization, infrastructure development and job creation. Ramaphosa is presently hosting German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on an official visit. He was elected Chancellor in December 2021. Now, remarking that he was happy to have helped with manufacturing vaccines, Scholz said South Africa needs to make it easier for Germany to invest here. Ramaphosa and Scholz also spoke about Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the need for negotiations to bring about an end to the war. Scholz said the war needs to end. Then looking to news on the international front, fossilized remains of a giant flying reptile have been discovered in Argentina. The dragon of death, as scientists have dubbed it, hunted prey from Earth's skies around 86 million years ago. Now, when fully extended, its wings measured a massive 9 meters from one tip to the other. The sheer size of the predator paints a terrifying vision, the scientists behind the find said. Now, this species had a height similar to that of a giraffe, project leader Prof. Leonardo Ortiz said, with a wingspan that defies the limits of our biological understanding. Then staying on the international front, the African Development Bank has approved a $1.5 billion emergency program, and this is to alleviate the impact of worsening food insecurity in Africa due to the war in Ukraine. Now, some 20 million farmers on the continent will benefit from the fund as Africa faces a shortage of at least 30 million metric tons of food, usually imported from Russia and Ukraine. The price of wheat has soared in Africa by over 45% since Russia's invasion, and fertilizer prices have gone up by 300%, and the continent faces a fertilizer shortage of 2 million tons. And then who of us don't or didn't once upon a time like flying paper aeroplanes, but some people just take it a bit more seriously than others. Now, a trio of paper aircraft enthusiasts have broken a Guinness World Record in South Korea by sending a folded paper plane on a flight of just over 76 meters. It was designed by Chi Jian of Malaysia, folded by Shin Jun of South Korea, and hurled into the air by Kim Tai, also of South Korea. Now, only one sheet of paper and a small amount of tape is permitted for the glider. Jian says the paper airplane community is small yet global in that everyone knows one another online. The community is constantly discussing new ways via email to fly higher, further and longer. My design, coupled with Shin's wing mods and adjustments and Kim's bionic arm, is a winning combination, so I wasn't worried. Jian said, now truly a group effort indeed. I wonder how many of our viewers are going to give it a try, and if you do, please remember to share it with us on our Expresso Facebook morning page. That being said, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have another look at the sports. Here's Carl.
Thanks a lot, Jamie. Let's take a peek at your sporting action, starting with football. Orlando Pirates recorded their first DStv Premiership win in 4 matches as they comfortably beat Maritzburg United 4-1 at the Orlando Stadium. Temenkosi Lorch was the star of the show with a goal and 2 assists to help Manda Trikazi's side return to winning ways. Kwame Pepra, as well as Dion Hotto and Kabelo Dlamini, also got on the score sheet for the hosts, with Friday Samu getting a solitary reply for the team of choice who finished the season in 12th place. The Sea Robbers moved up to 6th in the standings on 43 points, 6 away from their target of CAF Champions League football. Should the Buccaneers beat Royal AM and SuperSport United on May 27th and 30th, respectively, they will finish runners-up in the league. On to cricket action. Proteas superstar David Miller powered the Gujarat Titans into the Indian Premier League final with a brilliant exhibition of power hitting. With the Titans requiring 16 runs off the final over, Miller slapped 3 consecutive sixes to take his team past Rajasthan Royals' 188 for 6 in the qualifier 1. The left-hander finished unbeaten on 68 off just 38 balls. He was well supported by his captain Hardik Pandya, who scored 14 not out as the two shared in a 106-run stand for the 4th wicket. The Royals will, though, have another opportunity to progress to the grand final when they face the winner of today's eliminator between the Lucknow Super Giants and Royal Challengers Bangalore. On to rugby action. Springbok hooker Joseph Dweba will return to South Africa next season, having signed a 3-year deal with the Stormers. The front row powerhouse has spent the last 2 years playing in France's top 14 with side Bordeaux-Bègles and will be back on home soil next season, with his contract taking effect from July. A former SA schools, a junior Springbok, Dweba made his Springbok debut against Argentina last year, having also featured prominently for a South Africa A in their win against the British and Irish Lions. The recruitment of Dweba also means the Stormers have found an effective replacement for Bongiam Bonambi, the first-choice Bok hooker, who left to make a new start to his career with the Sharks during the course of last year. And wrapping you up with some tennis action, Jo Wilfried Tsonga gave Norway's 8th seed Casper Ruud a run for his money in a tight French Open first-round battle, but predictably headed into a tear-jerking retirement with a 6-7, 7-6, 6-2 and 7-6 defeat. The Frenchman, whose career had been hampered by multiple injuries in recent years, fought for almost 4 hours before bowing out in tears. The 37-year-old was one of only 3 men to beat Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer when each was world number 1. He was also an Australian Open runner-up in 2008 and earned Olympic silver in the men's doubles alongside Michael Laudra at London 2012, and was part of the France team that had the triumph for the Davis Cup back in 2017. That's a wrap-up of your sporting action on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. In the next hour, you'll get another update to wrap things up completely. But of course, weather news is quite important to find out how you're going to start your day. Uncle Tabzi Wabzi standing by.
Thanks very much, Wasty Tasty. Yes, a look at some weather news. We start off with some international sort of perspective on the weather. Forecasters predict another extremely active hurricane season this year. And this is because for a second consecutive winter, weather patterns will be heavily influenced by a natural phenomenon known as La Nina. The U.S. Weather Service has released the official outlook for the hurricane season, which runs from June through to November. And it backs up forecasts from Colorado State University and the UK's Met Office, all suggesting above average numbers of named storms, hurricanes and major hurricanes. Now, this follows last year's third most active season on record and 2020's most active season on record, when all predetermined names were exhausted with the Greek alphabet needing to be used. The outlook for the 2022 season would make it the 7th consecutive above average hurricane season. Colorado State University forecasters suggest that there is a 70% chance of at least one major hurricane, Category 3 or higher, hitting the U.S. coastline. So that's going to be something to brace ourselves for, or for the U.S. to brace themselves for. And next we move from that to a little bit more of a positive note. We look at our skies as we showcase the sunrise images that have been captured by you, our viewers. Regana Roda from Mossel Bay kicks off our 7 o'clock update this morning with this. Oh, look at it. Glorious view overlooking the ocean while the sun slowly rises in the distance. Then we got one from Lesedi Sipi from the Free State, Freistata, capturing this cloud-filled sky with soft hues of orange and pink breaking through the thick cloud cover. It's beautiful. I love to look at it. I could look at it all day. Please do get your sunrise pictures through to us on our Facebook page. And that's Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Remember the hashtag Expresso Show. And now to set you up for the day, the temperatures starting off with Bulugwane, sunny times for you today. 9 is your low, reaching a high of 25. If you're out in Mbombela, your temperatures are 12 and 27. Pretoria is sunny today, starting off at a low of 8, reaching a high of 24. With Josie Maboneng, Joburg starting off at 7, reaching a maximum of 21. In Mahikeng, it's sunny today, 5 your minimum, reaching a maximum of 24. With Klerksdorp starting off at 5 and peaking at a high of 22. You can expect some sunny times for yourselves. Kimberley, 5 is your low, reaching a high of 24. With Bloemfontein starting off at a low of 1 and peaking at 22. Richards Bay, 16 and 26, slightly warmer over there. With Pietermaritzburg expecting some sun today, 11 reaching a high of 25. Well, the warmest place to be, that's Durban, 19, peaking at 25. With Mthatha experiencing some sun and clouds today, 10 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 26. If you're out in East London, 13 your low, reaching highs of 22, with Craddock coming in at a low of 4, reaching a high of 24. Some sun and clouds for Gqeberha today, 13 reaching 21, with George coming in at a low of 13 and a high of 21. The mother city, rainy times, yet again, 84%. That's what we're talking about. 13 reaching a high of 18, with Worcester coming in at 9, peaking at 21. Sutherland, 3 is your low, reaching a high of 17. And last, certainly not least, sunny times for Upington. 7 is your low, reaching a high of 27. Hopefully that sets you up for what's going to be a glorious Wednesday on World Africa Day. Please show us those beautiful African sunsets and sunrises, maybe. Sunrises. Get them through to us with the hashtag Expresso Show.
Hey, 1, 2, 3. What's next, Jamie?
We are making mabele porridge, so don't go anywhere.
And then next up, we've also got some home DIY kits when it comes to your first aid at home. It's so important. And then Carlitos.
And don't forget that we are using Abavoki's instruments to tell you this, so good luck to us in saying sorry to them for messing things up. It's a feel-good breakfast show.
Okay. We need to work on this. We need to work on this.
Gynagard, feminine hygiene mastered.
hope you'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing, that you'll be brave and joyful and kind, and that one day when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever anytime, anywhere.
Yes, welcome back. Mzansi, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're opening up right here on S3 and opening up to some more education and something that potentially could save your life right now. Now, at the forefront of saving lives are those who dedicate their lives as first responders. So who better to learn from than those on the ground, geared up and ready to encounter medical emergencies daily. So today, we are discussing the importance of an at-home first aid kit as well as CPR with our first responder and member of the Hout Bay EMS team. It's Norbert Stolkamp in the building, and also an old friend of mine who used to study at varsity together. Brother, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. It's been a few years since we've last spoken, but
it has.
Felt like a good catch-up now, seeing you here.
It was, man. 10 years have gone by, or maybe more, and you've been doing some incredible stuff, saving lives, of course. And on top of that, we're talking about something that can save lives, and that's a home first aid kit. Why is that so important, do you think?
Well, I think what's important is that people, emergencies happen. People don't want them to happen. It's something they don't want to think about. But they do happen, they're unplanned. And so you need to, if you encounter something that's unplanned, you need to prepare for it beforehand. So having things like a dedicated space where your first aid kit lives, where the whole family knows where it is very important. And also having some training beforehand is part of that, so that you know what to put into your first aid kit. And just general things like bandages, some burn shield, odds and ends to stop the immediate kind of problem. And then also small things like knowing what numbers to call.
Okay.
A lot of people get confused. They only think about what numbers to call when the emergency arises, and that's too late. So you need to prepare for that. And
so it's kind of like that situation of like, you don't want to be kept in that moment of all the gear, no idea, right? Exactly. And obviously you've got some essentials that I would imagine, especially for an at-home kit, that you really would want to have, because like you said, emergencies and things can happen anywhere, especially at the home. You want to know what to do and how to use those products, right?
Sure.
What would you recommend putting in your kit?
So especially with young children in the house, things like Panado, it would be useful. They have fevers, but always check with your local physician, your GP, nurse that might be helping you, what dosages are correct, how to administer it. Don't just give it as a one-stop for everything.
Yeah.
It has very specific applications. And then other odds and ends like something for a disinfectant, have some burn shield, like I mentioned. Those are all essentials that should be in your first aid kit. And if your child has got known illnesses, so like say they're asthmatic or anything, have extra pumps available, know how to administer them, and just have those things on standby, and preferably out of reach of the children. But know where it is if it's needed.
I know we were speaking about some of the methods and some of the things that we use and skills to save lives. I know obviously Panado's range that they have is quite inclusive, and it has various options when it comes to assisting in those medical emergencies. But on top of that, you also want to have some of the skill sets to do that. One thing that's important, we were chatting about, is CPR. Yes. And CPR, when it comes to a small adolescent, a young adult, or even a big adult, being able to have that skill, obviously, to put your hand up and serve that purpose on the day. That's a mighty confident thing, and quite a blessing to have, right? Quite important, I would imagine.
It's very important. I mean, the evidence shows quite clearly that early start of CPR is what saves lives. And it's not up to the first responders. Lights and sirens and everything don't save lives. It's the people pushing chest before we get there, and that are able to, and have the confidence and the ability to start compressions before the paramedics can arrive there and ambulance crew can arrive there. So be confident, do a first aid course, learn when it's appropriate, and practice it. And that's what a CPR mannequin like this is.
Yeah, maybe, look, while we have the time, and I see we've got the mannequin here, I want to put you on the spot, maybe test out your skills, see if you still know what you're doing, but at the same time, also to maybe show Mzansi, it's not that intimidating to learn a skill like this, especially something that can save someone's life. So when we are looking for some situation, well, I guess we're not looking for it, but if we come across a situation where CPR is necessary, what do we actually do? Maybe you can take us through a demo, showcase what it incorporates. What is CPR exactly?
So CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Yeah.
It's a very fancy way of saying that we need to do something about the heart, we need to do something about the breathing, and we need to reverse this problem that's now occurring. But before you even get to that point, if you create a scenario, you arrive, you find your child is unresponsive in the bedroom, the first thing is to check is why is this happening?
Yeah.
So what is the hazard? What has caused the patient to be a patient? So that you don't become a victim or a patient yourself. So you want to make sure that it's safe. And then the next step would to kind of approach the patient and say, hello, is the patient awake? Are they responding to you at all? If yes, or it seems inadequate, but they seem a bit, just turn them on their side and call emergency services. If no, and you feel that there's no breathing, this is not a formal way of assessing it. As a person at home who's not medically trained, it's more your intuition. Check, are they awake? Are they breathing? If no, phone for help.
Yeah.
Phone 112. That will get you through to fire, police, ambulance service. They'll connect your call to where it needs to go. If you want to phone ambulance directly, 10177 is the Metro Emergency Services number, and activate that emergency service, because the sooner you activate, the sooner someone's on the way. What we sometimes see is people start CPR, but then they, after 10 minutes, realize no help is on the way. So you need to call for help. Then come back, and I think we'll move the mannequin onto the
Yeah, so let's do that. So basically what we've gone through is the first 3 steps of CPR, right? So you've gone through your hazards, you've hello, tried to identify, and then you called for help.
Exactly.
All right, so after that process, we're going to the actual pulmonary resuscitation part of it, which is actually doing CPR and doing your compressions. How does that look?
So a lot of people always think that it's got to do with pushing on the chest and breathing for the patient, and that is one of the elements of it, but it's been changed over the recent years. Evidence has showed that people are very hesitant to start CPR. They're very hesitant to ventilate a patient, do mouth to mouth, and especially in a time like now with COVID and everything, there's lots of risks. So it's been made more basic, and it's been that you just focus on the chest compressions, because there's a lot of oxygen still within the patient that can be recirculated, and while emergency services are on the way, they can provide definitive care. You'll be able to help save a life.
Do you mind if I quickly just lose the last few seconds to see what an actual compression might look like? Maybe you can demo it to Mzansi here?
Yes, so make sure the patient is always on the floor. If they're on the bed or in a bath or anything, get them out, put them on the floor. In the case of a child, you would only use one hand and place in the middle of the chest. And then basically to the beat of Staying Alive, if you know that song, I'm not going to try and sing it now, but you just go at about a rate of 100 per minute, my apologies, and you'll just keep on doing that until someone can take over or the patient recovers. So that's basically where we are at, and you'll continue doing that until the condition changes and someone can take over, and hopefully emergency services will arrive sooner rather than later.
Absolutely,
take over.
Brilliant. Norbert, thank you so much, man. A demo that could potentially save somebody's life, and this is exactly what sustains it. And for you, Mzansi, maybe a great idea, if you haven't already at home, to get yourself a home DIY kit. Of course, you've got some incredible products from Panado that you can incorporate in that kit, but on top of that, it's also important to make sure that you educate ourselves, and especially when it comes to CPR, an incredible life-saving skill that we could all do with, and we could all brush our skills up on this. Norbert, thank you so much for encouraging and incorporating all this educational advice this morning, man.
Yeah, like I said, get hold of someone that can teach you first aid, teach you CPR. It makes all the difference, and hopefully you'll never need to use those skills.
Absolutely love it. Let's hope that we can never need to, but if it is required, we can put our hand up to obviously save somebody's life. And of course, for us now, it's a wrap up on this, but the magic does continue. We're heading back to the kitchen to fill up those bellies.
Being a parent can be challenging, but stepping out is when things get real complicated. That's why new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5 ml sachets are here to make the job easier. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere. Panado, a dose of care.
So medical emergencies at home, that is the one place we were there. But sometimes you need that emergency around, when you are trying to feed the kids, especially the young kids. And we got the perfect solution for you. Now we know that, we can tackle those things at home, but of course we have to head into our kitchen and make sure you tackle mealtime. Porridge is not only great for the whole family. I actually still eat porridge, it's the best. But it's also a great first solid to start your baby on in the early days of weaning once they reach 6 months old. Now, in Celebration Africa Day, we are showing you how to prepare an easy, instant, sorghum-based porridge your little ones will just love. Now, Jamie?
I feel almost emotional because it feels like just the other day I was
Yes.
making this for Luca. I used to love this as a kid. It's so easy to make. Firstly, one, it ticks off all the boxes when it comes to sorghum, which we know is part of the wheat family. And so it's perfect for that. You might want to take out a little notepad because it's going to be a very difficult recipe.
I can tell. The thing is the complication. There are steps in here that I know that some people who are not culinary secure will not be able to get this. So I want you to focus as much as you can. We're doing mabele porridge, which is just, it's the type of porridge that landed on the cheeks of the child first and then into the mouth, which I love.
And I love that we're using the regional flavor. There's also mixed flavors. You can play around with it because, when I found out that when Luca was 6 months, it was so difficult because he was a very fussy eater. So I wanted to make sure that the nutritional boxes were ticked and something that was convenient and easy as well. So like I said, get that pen and paper out.
So here we go.
You're going to need one of
the first
these.
Thing, a pair of that's
a scissor.
Are there any specific left-handed scissors, right-handed scissors? Up to you, right?
Whichever.
Okay,
And
perfect,
then
great.
also one of these. What is this
that
called
is
again?
called, it's a spoon.
A spoon. Okay, so
Thank
these two instruments, you're going to take your mabele porridge right
now,
there.
So the cutting, do you cut across or do you want to do a corner cut? What do you think is the more efficient one?
I think I'm going to do a corner cut.
Okay,
So
cool.
just when I am done,
This is...
you're not going to use everything, okay? You're going to probably use it in 1 week because you use it every single day for breakfast. No, it's, again, great for the kids, 6 months. So we're going to do a little corner cut over there.
Corner cut works. And do remember, if you must start on that step, please go to expressoshow.com to get the method for the recipe. That was very intense. Honestly, the cut that you made there is very professional. I saw that the angle there is a good 45 or so. It is beautiful. It really was. Well done.
Now you're going to lift up the mabele soft porridge. You're going to take that spoon again,
so
okay?
This is the complication. So what are we doing here in terms of...
You take
cool. Because
3 of these.
I know for a fact that... So just in terms of like some of the facts that I know about mabele, which is great, it's that it's actually gluten-free naturally, which is wonderful. And once you do this, this is the part where it's exciting because now you get to mix, right? All right.
Okay. So now...
The ratios here are delicate.
I took 3 spoons, that's all I need.
Okay.
And then you can use any, feeding formula, what you're using for your baby.
Yes.
If you are using breast milk, obviously I didn't express this. This is ordinary milk that we are using right now. So, okay, you're going to warm that milk up.
Okay.
And then, this is the difficult part, okay?
Yes.
Is you have to eye the soft porridge and the milk at the same time.
Oh, my word.
And you have to stir at the same time.
This is obviously something you get better at as you practice, right?
Definitely. Because you started, and this you can go up to 36 months, so you can have a lot of practice in between. Wait, you see you're distracting me because I'm really
sorry. Did we
and then
focus
you have to stir at the same time, and then 1, 2,
Thank you.
3. Mabele, soft porridge, everybody.
Just like that, done.
Just like that. Easy, simple. So for parents out there that is always struggling with fussy eaters and wanting to get, good wheat into them, good fiber into them, again, it is gluten-free. This is for you. It is so easy. You didn't even need a pen and paper.
Wow. That was great. So scissors, 45-degree cut on the mabele, poured into a bowl, hot milk or breast milk, whichever you're using, mixed together and enjoy on the cheeks of the baba, which is always good when you see that. I love that. Well, there you have it. Purity is there for you every step of the way. So give it a shot today. Expressoshow.com if you missed out on any of the ingredients.
I hope you'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing. It all begins with purity.
1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Mzansi, your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Having so much fun celebrating Africa Day, and that's why we're chatting to you this morning about some of your favorite African dishes. What are some of the African dishes that you absolutely love? And do you even know where they are from? Jamie, dying to know from you because you've apparently become such an extraordinaire when it comes to foods and cooking.
Wow.
I still have my doubts. But I'm sure you have a South African or an African favorite maybe that you absolutely love.
So my mom makes these sampan beans. I actually don't know where it originates from, but sampan beans. Also, we're making jollof rice, which is something that I got to experience not in South Africa, in Jamaica for some reason, but I can't wait to taste that. What about you? I heard you early on saying braai.
Yeah, I just went with braai. I'm sure braai vlees is like a traditional meal by now.
International
if
thing.
It's not, though, I definitely have always been taken aback by the Mozambique culture. I mean, everything's so fresh and alive, but the peri-peri chicken, which I didn't even know actually originates from them, that's like a winner for me. I absolutely love it, and I think a lot of Mzansi does too. I don't even think people are aware that it even comes from Mozambique, but I think
you know that?
It's enough of us and our favorite meals. Let's find out what Mzansi has to say about this, because I know you guys have come through with some good stuff. And Teresa, what does she have to say?
Teresa Maika saying, good morning, my beautiful fam. My favorite is okra. Not too sure if it actually originates from Zim or it's served with pap. I love you, fam. We love you,
Okra.
Teresa.
Do you know what it
okra.
is?
No, they're actually making a soup with it, so I'm interested to find again what family that comes from.
But then we've got Nolene Osborne saying pap and vlees. Yeah, Shisanyama, you see, it is a thing. And it's originating from our very own SA. I love that, and I think everybody's going to make that one of their options. It's definitely a crowd favorite all continent around. I absolutely love this one.
For sure. We also have our top fan coming through this morning, Obeida Sali, saying, hello, guys. My favorite African dish is everything my mum made, because she introduced me to the best food for the first time. So if I take anything with meat, it's local, like vlees. It's a unique taste. Curry might not be from here, but it's eaten all over the continent. Beans, something very local. Melted and cooked sisters. Guys, I'm hungry.
You're making us so hungry in the studio, Mzansi. Thank you so much for bringing those comments through. We absolutely love seeing what your favorites are and, of course, engaging with you. Maybe even have a picture of your favorite dish. You can put it up on the socials and we'll showcase it to the rest of the world. And speaking of African food, speaking of African Day and celebrations, we've got something special planned in the kitchen right now. You do not want to miss this. Fill up the bellish.
Africa, 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 hey, hey, hey. Well, it's a celebration today. We are celebrating Africa Day, and so we thought we would explore some traditional African food dishes because Africa is rich when it comes to nutrition and culinary experiences. So we've invited social entrepreneur as well as caterer Chef Kemi Akiyode Adebayo, also known as Mama K. Mama K, how far now?
It's not bad, though.
It's not bad. It's not easy, yo. It's not easy, yo, but not bad. It's so good to have you. This is really fantastic that you're going to be taking us through the best way that you know how, giving an African food experience.
Yes, what a day to celebrate. This is injera and tips from Ethiopia.
Yes.
And, you know, this is a flat sourdough, which is normally eaten with the rich kind of saucy tips inside.
Yeah.
This is a national dish in Ethiopia.
It's a national dish in Ethiopia.
And that's why I'm wearing this.
Yeah,
this is
Ethiopia, yes.
This is Ethiopian.
I know that it can be served with bread, rice, or more properly injera flatbread. Now, the sauce that goes into this dish gets its kick from the berbere, which is an Ethiopian sort of chili powder. It's fragrant. It's got that cardamom. It's got fenugreek, clove. It's all that. The flavors. The flavors. Nice.
Right.
You want to go in and taste it?
You want to try that one?
You know what I love about this? Because the thing is, I recall going to an Ethiopian restaurant and the injera was actually on a big plate and there were different offerings.
You have to share.
And you have to use your hands.
Use your hands.
You know, we love eating with our hands.
Yep.
That's the thing. I can be posh and eat with a knife and fork if you want.
Feel free.
For
today.
I'm going to give it for today. Only for today, eh?
Normally
I'm trying to be okay for TV here.
I'm definitely not going to do that.
Because the food tastes better with your hands.
With your hand.
I agree. Thank you, because the soul of the human.
I'm not gonna.
What do you think? Can you taste the reach, the kick, the chili? Now, let's go to Africa. West Africa.
I'm gonna step in here. You
Step
go.
in,
Look, okay, I have to show.
Yeah.
I have to show. Because all you're seeing at the moment is this covering. But then you go, da, 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 da. Then you see injera coming to life. This is what
And you have to share it. That's the
you
whole
have to. That's why I'm
point of
leaving the
African
whole
food.
side.
So you have to share.
Yeah, you want to join in?
Why not?
You want to bamba?
Why not? Of course not.
Yeah. You want to play with the big boys?
Don't start me on that one.
Oh, that is it's so good. You know what I like? I like the fact that injera, you can actually probably, do anything with injera.
Anything.
It's so versatile, and I love the fact that it also makes food go further. I think that in a lot of African cuisine, we like to make our produce go further. With injera, with our pap, with any of our carbs, we like to take it further, which is beautiful. So, next meal, because I think I'm going to tuck back into the injera later.
I know.
What do we have next?
We've got the bitter leaf soup.
Yes.
Which is from West Africa. But you're even doing the hand. Now, wow. This, is a soup that is common in West Africa, but it's common as well in Nigeria. It's got that protein. The bitter leaf is supposed to be really good for you.
Yes.
And you can eat it with plantain, yam, but normally it's eaten with steeped pap.
That's a really huge banana, Mama K.
No, it's not banana. Come on.
Plantain.
It's not plantain. Yeah, I know a lot of people think. A lot of people think it's banana. It's the same family as a banana, but it is called plantain. You fry it, you grill it, you steam it, you can boil it, you can
it be sweet,
do anything
savory?
with it.
Wow.
So you could have the bitter leaf soup with it, or you can have an egusi. I know, I heard you earlier on talking about egusi. So this is egusi soup. It's made with melon seed. You could have, that's locust beans in there, stockfish. You can make it vegetarian, meaty. It's really, really rich. Really, really
What's in it? Because I've gone and seen, I've gone to a place where they've got tripe, they've got fish, they've got chicken, they've got everything in one.
But the good thing for me is you could make it vegetarian or you can make it meat. So you could have stockfish, which is this. This is stockfish.
Okay.
You could have stockfish, tripe, trotters, goat's meat, beef, turkey,
every animal.
chicken,
I'd love
any animal you can find.
If I could, tripe in there would be perfect, honestly.
Yeah,
what is
this? That's pap.
Yes.
Oh, this is pap.
That's pap.
Oh,
so we have the pounded yam, which is that one, and then this is like semolina pap. So it's called pap, so you have to eat it together, with that.
Okay,
but you can still eat it as well with, it's very versatile. You can eat with the plantain or yam as well.
The pap is
so immediately.
This is what you use.
I'm getting references.
That's why you have to use your hands.
Yes,
but also
the fish. I'm getting references to something else called bokoms.
Right.
Dried fish.
Correct.
Which is so
smoked
beautiful.
fish, dried fish. Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the chili as well in there.
I want some chili because that's where I'm here.
I know. I'm not a big fan of chili. I know I'm supposed to be West African.
But you don't play that game.
I love
chill with those big boys.
Very good. So the melon seed is what the egusi is.
This is beautiful.
Different.
It really is.
And it is different. These two are both different, even though they look similar.
This has been a tasting of note. I feel like we need to tuck in a bit more over here, but Mama K, it's been an exploration, a culinary exploration into our continent. We have to be a bit more proud of where we come from and also what beautiful things we have. I think sometimes we have this idea of the world. Let's explore our continent first.
Yeah.
And we have so much.
Overseas,
much in it.
There's
much
so
in
much.
the continent.
Okay, you can have the big banana, which is the plantain. Go for it.
Or the yam.
Exactly, or the yam works as well. But let us know if you have tried any of these traditional African dishes on our social media pages. We'd love to see your experience as well. So post a picture and enjoy Africa Day with your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you, Mama K.
Feast, Mama K.
Yeah,
definitely.
Open up to a fresh take on the Insider Essay this Saturday at 1 on S3 as actor Linda Mtoba films her new cover shoot on her phone. Chef Simpiwe Zondi shares the scrumptious science behind his French-baked biscuits. Ever in love, Bontle Modisele and Pretty Ugly keep the romance like new. And learn to make fresh cheese from goat's milk in just 2 days. That's the Insider Essay this Saturday at 1 on S3.
simple as CBD should be.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. You're live on S3, and we are joined this morning by a powerful African jazz and world music band from Malanga in Cape Town that have been playing their infectious Afrobeat marimba groove since 2001. 2021 marked the 20th anniversary of Abavoki forming, and of course they have gone on to greater heights as they went along. In 2015, they completed a 2-month tour of Europe, performing in countries like the Netherlands and Germany and Belgium. But before we chat to them, here's a taste of what the group has to offer on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It just makes you want to move. That's the whole thing. I know we have Africa Day vibes, but that's what it's all about. Please welcome these two individuals from a vast and beautiful band. It's called Abavoki. Welcome to you, Sabu, as well as you and Dima. Yo, it's honestly happy, and it's great to have you guys along for the ride today. You know, it's also great to have some brothers from Langa coming through with the vibes that you've actually showcased to Europe as well. But Sabu, let's start off because there was a massive celebration, 20 years of Abavoki since 2001, just last year. How was that to celebrate?
Yeah, thank you for having us.
No problem.
That is a milestone. It feels great to know all these fellas for all these years, performing all over the world, recording, doing a lot of things, even sleeping in the same houses, living in each other's pockets.
Yeah.
It's been a great 20 years, man. It's 21 years this year.
Yeah.
It's been a great 20 years. Unfortunately, we lost two of our brothers in 2020.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. But yeah, it has been a great journey.
Oh.
It has been a great journey. We've experienced a lot of things together. We've actually we've practically grew up together.
Oh man.
And we raised each other.
Well, condolences for the brothers you lost in the group. I know it's very, very tough, but you know, you push on and move on with the craft for them, you know, and that's the most important thing. A lot of people lost so many individuals during COVID, but at the same time, we live for them, you know, we live harder, and we reach for higher dreams for them, which is so important. So this is why you guys are here today. You're representing on Expresso. But, and Dima, just from your side, I know that you guys also had to push on and work toward the future. Apparently, there's an album that you're working on right now. How is that going? What's the progress like?
The album is going well, and there's been a lot of work put on making the album.
Nice.
We had some other artists that we invited to help us, because music is there to be shared, you know, to put on some new flavors and new artists, new faces. It's going well, and there's a lot coming, and you know, guys, we've been cooking good stuff, you know, so you guys watch out and keep an eye for our new album that is going to be coming out.
And to add, please, a little bit on what you just said. You know, when we started, we had like our 3 fundamental goals. So we wanted to have an album, we wanted to have instruments, and we wanted to travel. And we accomplished all those 3 goals. And all what we've been doing for the past years, we've just been developing those fundamental goals. So now with the album, we are trying to up the standard, because we had a very beautiful album called Decade, which was when we were 10 years. And now we have this album. It's not titled yet, but it's done. It's finished. It's coming.
2 decades.
Yeah.
Plus 1.
Plus 1.
That'll be, but Sabo and Dima, you know, I know despite anything that you've been through with regard to the losses, I mean, you've got 21 years behind you as Abavoki, and I think that's something really great, especially representing Langa, which is such an incredible township, you know, that I've had so much connection with as I grew up playing football, which is awesome. So I love the fact that you can inspire here with your music here today, and I think it's going to be one of those shows that you cannot miss. So I'd say sit on your couch and enjoy Abavoki, and of course book these guys when you got your next corporate event, because they will entertain you and they will rock you to another level, and they'll be performing for you as a little taster on your Feel Good Breakfast show a little bit later.
And we're back in the kitchen as we celebrate World Africa Day and celebrate the best of our own culinary delights coming right out of Africa. Now, the next one is called okra soup, which is a much-loved soup that originates in West Africa, and it bursts, trust me, bursts, explodes with flavor. It is classically made with meat proteins as well as fish. And if you find yourself, living close to the ocean, it might even contain more seafood. Yum! And Mama K is here in the Expresso kitchen to show us how to do this. Hey, Mama K, you are taking us traveling on a journey.
We are going to West Africa, Nigeria specifically. So we're going to do okra soup. We've got the pot ready. This is okra. It's actually called lady's finger as well.
Lady's finger?
I know. I don't know why it's called lady's finger, but it's called lady's finger.
I suppose, look at your fingers and I look at this. I can see some similarities there.
Yeah. So the first thing I want you to do is to try and chop the okra. You top and tail it, as we call it. That is, you take off the bottom and the top bit. So then you quickly dice it.
Okay, so then you go, like how big do you want, like chunky or
chunky? What? Anyway, let me show you another quick way.
How does it taste? Like, is it like a chili spicy?
No. It's a vegetable, and it's like a bit gluey. See, you see why you do the fourth thing? Then that makes it easier to cut.
But you can see you've done this lots of times.
This is when it's blended, although you don't want it this smooth for this particular
recipe.
So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a little bit of oil, although this is water with the clove thing. We've got the pot boiling.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add onion.
Getting it in there.
Yeah.
You know
so the first thing we do, we always saute our onion.
Okay.
To start the food. Then we've got the lamb here. Normally you could use goat's meat. I know the recipe says goat. Okay. But you can't find goats sometimes in Cape Town.
It's hard to find goats here in Cape Town, but if you wanted, you could make a seafood version of this. So I suppose you can use your seafood.
So I'm going to add the lamb here and just saute it with the onion. And then add all my spices. I love spice. Yeah. And you can't do without spice.
But the thing about like West African food, Mama K, tell me if I'm wrong, is spices are a big part of it. Chop, 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 chop. Okay, I must hurry up.
Spices are important.
Spices are very important.
The more spice you had, and I know a lot of people think, okay, if it's too hot, it's too chilly, you can't eat it. But no, you can add chili as and when you want it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to, since we're on TV now and we need to do quick cooking, so I'm going to add garlic. That's garlic, chopped garlic into it. And I'm going to add, this is called locust beans.
Oh, locust beans. Why? Where do those originate from?
It's normally as well in West Africa, and what we use it as a seasoning, as a kind of spice, which makes the food really different.
Oh, stunning. Okay.
I'll add a little bit of that. Then we have the chili, habanero. So we add that. Yeah. Then we have red pepper.
Okay.
Okay.
Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe is going.
What I'll do then, palm oil. Do you know what palm oil is?
Palm oil. What is palm oil?
Okay.
Palm oil.
Palm oil.
Okay.
So palm oil, you add palm oil as well to it. And it's just like a vegetable oil, but different. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's not healthy anymore, but this was what our great-grandfathers used to use back then.
Well, we've made use of our Clover Olive Pride for this one, which is great. It's endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation of South Africa, which means that you really are getting a product that is endorsed and is good for your health. Now, go on to expressoshow.com if you want to get your hands on this tasty West African-inspired dish. We've taken it all the way to Nigeria. Nigeria, stand up. Green and white. My blood is green and white this morning. I love it. Mama K, all of this would go in?
Crayfish, stockfish, then we add the okra at the end. The okra needs to go in at the end.
Okay, that goes right
in at the very end.
Right?
So you need to cook and simmer for some time, and then, you have all your spices as well added. The stockfish, normally as well, you could add it with the meat, smoked fish as well, mix, and that's it.
That's the final product.
I'll add the okra now as well.
Look at it. Look at it. It looks amazing there. And then Mama K adds the okra. But This recipe does need you to really get involved. Take some time because you want to let it simmer. This is just for television, but that's what the final product looks like. It looks so yummy and it smells so good. Get it, expressoshow.com. Mama K, put it here. Boom, boom. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it. 1 in 2 healthy South African women suffer from iron deficiency. Speak to your healthcare professional about getting tested and treated for iron deficiency. Brought to you by FerryMed.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show celebrating Africa Day, and we've got African music fusion group Abavoki in the building right now, and they're about to perform on our Expresso stage. And let me tell you, the next couple of songs are going to be absolutely special because this is one of 2 songs making its SA debut right here this morning ahead of the release of their new album later this year. And it is going to be an absolute treat. Mzansi, enjoy. This is something special, and it's called Lobola. Take it away, gents. That's the kind of feeling and that's the kind of mood we came for here this morning. What an incredible tune, a debut for you, SM. We've got so much more from Abavoki coming up in just a bit. Don't go anywhere, but for now, of course, it's gone past the hour. And Jamie Lee Domberg is standing by with the news. See you soon.
Actually, it's 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. Time to have a final look at those news headlines. Starting on the local front, Virgin Atlantic has announced the relaunch of its direct flight service between London's Heathrow and Cape Town International Airport. The service is set to take off from the 5th of November, operating daily flights between the mother city as well as the UK. Now, the announcement was made at an event in Cape Town attended by Virgin Atlantic founder Richard Branson and Cape Town Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis. Now, this is welcome news for the Cape Town tourism and hospitality sector, which was heavily impacted by the effects of the global pandemic. And then Defence and Military Veterans Minister Thandi Modise has warned her department has such a lack of resources that should a critical event arise, the military would be hard-pressed to respond. She said this yesterday while tabling her 49 billion rand budget for the 2022-2023 financial year in Parliament. The department is facing a dire shortage of critical equipment desperately needed in times of crisis and climate change events. The minister also added that the present circumstances could be ascribed to questionable leadership and poor decision-making, which damaged the department's reputation. Then on the international front, the first Eswatini winner of the Commonwealth Short Story Prize for Africa, Nsika Kota, has said it was unbelievably shocking that he had won the award, but that it was an honor. He had no expectation of winning. He just wanted to improve his writing. Now, Kota, a trained chemist, wrote a story called And the Earth Drank Deep about the first human murder in prehistoric times. He said he'd always loved writing, but pursued science for further study because it was something he felt he had to do. Then staying on the international front, fossilized remains of a giant flying reptile have been discovered in Argentina. Now, the dragon of death, as scientists have dubbed it, hunted prey from Earth's skies around 86 million years ago. When fully extended, its wings measured a massive 9 meters from one tip to the other. Now, the sheer size of the predator paints a terrifying vision, the scientists behind the find said. Now, this species had a height similar to that of a giraffe. Project leader Professor Leonardo Orta said, with a wingspan that defies the limits of our biological understanding. And then lastly, the story of what happened to Emmanuel Tulu of Liberia has the quality of a true African Ubuntu fable. Now, the 19-year-old, dressed in a school uniform, looks incongruous in a class of pupils at least 6 years his junior, but he's as happy as can be. Now, last year, he was battling to earn a living as a motorbike taxi driver when he found $50,000 in a plastic bag at the roadside. He could have easily pocketed this life-changing amount, but he gave it to his aunt to keep, and when the rightful owner appealed on national radio for help in finding the cash, Emmanuel stepped forward. Marked by some for his honesty, his act earned him generous rewards, including a place at Rick's Institute, one of Liberia's most prestigious schools. Now, President George Weah, the one-time international soccer star, now, do you remember him? Well, he actually gave him $10,000, and a local media outlet owner also donated some cash to him. The owner of the money that was found donated $1,500, and to crown it all, a college in the US reacted by offering him a full scholarship once he had completed his secondary education. Now, this just shows that crime doesn't pay, but honesty indeed does. On that note, that is where I leave your news headlines. It's time to have a final look at the weather. Here's Uncle Tabiso for that.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee. A final look at your weather. Latest news concerning the Tongan volcano. Researchers are coming out with this. They have just finished mapping the mouth of the underwater volcano, which produced Earth's largest atmospheric explosion in over a century on the 15th of Jan. Now, the caldera of the volcano is presently 4 kilometers wide and drops to a base 850 meters below sea level. Before the catastrophic eruption, the base was at a depth of about 150 meters. Now, this drives home the scale scale of the volume of material ejected by the volcano, at least 6.5 cubic kilometers of ash and rock. Now, if all of the main island of Tonga was scraped to sea level, it would fill only 2/3 of the caldera, said Professor Shane Cronin of the University of Auckland in New Zealand. Although the volcano is unlikely to give a repeat performance for many hundreds of years, there are at least 10 volcanic sea mounts in the wider region of the Southwest Pacific that could produce something similar on a shorter time scale. Now, from environmental news to sunrise views, we can't start the day off without showcasing the sunrise images shared by you via our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page. And we got a few. The regular photographer Rina Vasan from East London captured this. I mean, look at it. Beautiful cloud-filled sky with hues of orange reflecting in the cloud cover. What a way to start your day. Gary Oakham from East London also woke up early this morning, shared the spectacular shot with us, showing off a sky filled with multiple hues. I mean, that looks like something out of a wallpaper, honestly. Thank you so much for that, Gary. Ray Gada Rhoda from Mossel Bay kicked off our 7 o'clock update with this glorious view overlooking the ocean. Oh, you just want to sail into it, honestly. Let's say DDCP from the Free State, Freestata, captured this cloud-filled sky with soft hues of orange and pink. Beautiful. Thank you so much for those sunrise pictures. We do it again tomorrow morning, bright and early. Get them through to us. Remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show. And now to set you up for the day, a final look at those temperatures. We start off with you, Polokwane. Your low today is 9. You will peak at a high of 25. If you're out in Mbombela, 12 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 27. The capital city, Pretoria, sunny times for you today. 8 is your low, reaching a high of 24. And if you're out in Johannesburg today, your temperatures are 7. That's your low. You will peak at a high of 21. Mahikeng starts off at 5, peaking at 24, with Klerksdorp coming in sunny times for you today. 5, minimum reaching a maximum of 22. Kimberley, sunny times, 5 and 24, with Bloemfontein coming in a low of 1, reaching highs of 22. Richards Bay, 16 and 26, with some sun out in Pietermaritzburg today. 11 is your low, reaching a high of 25. The warmest place to be, Mduban, Durban, 19, reaching a high of 25. Mthatha comes in at a low of 10, reaching a high of 26, with East London starting off at 13 and reaching highs of 22. It's sunny out in Craddock today. 4 is your low, reaching a high of 24. Gqeberha, GQ baby, stand up 13, reaching a high of 21, with George coming in at 13 and a max of 21. The mother city, plenty rain. I'm talking 84%. 13 is the low, reaching a high of 18. Worcester, 9, reaching a high of 21, with Sutherland coming in with sun today, 3, reaching a high of 17. Uppington, 7, reaching a maximum of 27. And that's what it's looking like across the country. Hopefully that sets you up. It's a Wednesday. It's World Africa Day. We've got amongst the best weather sort of conditions in the world. So seize it. Make it fun. Make it a feel-good type of day.
No matter the weather forecast, today we are going to be bringing the sunshine to your day with this next competition.
Yeah, that's right. Mzansi game is turning 52. And they're celebrating in style with all the shoppers who have made game what it is today. Now, that's in celebration of this milestone, and they are giving you the chance to win a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher. Yes, everybody's birthday is better this year.
I love it. It's their birthday, but they're celebrating all of us. I love that. Now, to enter, tell us how you would use a 2,000 Rand game shopping voucher to make you or maybe someone else's birthday celebrations even better. Now, remember to include that all-important hashtag, which is #GotGame, with your entry. And also remember those T's and C's can be found on our website, which is expressoshow.com. Now, the competition will be running until Tuesday, the 31st of May, 2022 midnight. So good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Mzansi. Now, of course, people have already started entering. Let's see what everyone is saying online. And, of course, there's so much happening right now. So let's check out our first comment. We got Shanice Pretoria saying, good morning to the amazing Expresso team. I'm a big fan. I watch the show every morning and on evening on a Tuesday night. And Thursday, if I have to be a winner of this 2,000 Rand, it'll be to buy a microwave and add on to buy a fridge. Getting the kitchen sorted so she can make some of the cool meals that we do on the show.
I like that. I like that. Shanice. Christian Nike is saying, I will use it for my aunt's birthday, which is coming up. She has stood by me and supported me through a lot in the past year with losing my mum. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I will definitely get her something she needs for her home. Game always has a huge variety to choose from. I know they have so much to choose from.
They definitely do. We've got another Another comment coming from Leandri Jacobs, who says, my father had his birthday on the 19th of May. He has cancer and is very sick, and I would use this voucher to buy a small TV for him for his room so that he has something to do while lying in bed, and obviously watch the show as well. I love that idea. I think that's a great cause for that cash, yeah.
Minky also weighing in saying, I would love to make my daughter's birthday special by gifting her with a tablet to do her homework and watch her cartoons. I know she would be overjoyed with her praise. You'll definitely get some mom points on that one.
Jessica Francis saying, my daughter's birthday is approaching. I'd love to spoil her with what she chooses. Another one from Sarika Sadua, who says, I would like to spoil my kid's birthday with awesome gifts from the game store. And my son's 8th birthday was the 24th of May, and my daughter is in June, so they would love this as a gift. Game is our favorite store. Yes, I can clearly see why.
Ours too, Sarika, ours too. And then Preeta Singh also saying, it would be a dream come true if I could win this, as I'm a single parent, unemployed, and life has not been easy for us. If I win this, I would be the happiest person on earth. Just to see a smile on my son's face would mean the world to me. My wish is for my son to have warm clothes, a gift, cake, and some sweet treats. Also a good meal on his special birthday, which is on the 18th of June. It would reduce the stress on me, so to know I can make him smile, God bless.
I feel like everyone deserves to win this.
Yeah.
Everybody's comments have been absolutely incredible. Love it, Mzansi, and that's how simple it is. So the question really is, what are you waiting for? I mean, get your entry in right now and you could be celebrating.
Exactly that. Now, in true celebration, you can also compare prices in Game's birthday month with a price beat promise. Now, this offers a 10% refund on the difference in price on any item that you've already purchased. And if you do find it cheaper at a competitor within 21 days of your purchase, guess what? You're guaranteed a price beat on that item.
Yes, I love the sound of that. Now remember that stores opening hours on Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, and then on Saturdays from 9 to 5, and then Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. That's all the information you need, all the excitement you need to get involved in this competition, and hopefully you can be celebrating and doing something special with that prize.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
Gynagard, feminine hygiene mastered.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show here on S3. It is World Africa Day. Now, we're talking about African design, African fashion, sophisticated and elegant designs filled with vibrant colors, allowing your eyes to really feast on a variety of styles. In the spirit of African fashion, we have invited Ugandan-born fashion designer and model Patricia Namayirira to studio today. She is also the founder of the African-inspired clothing line called the Nama Collection, and she's absolutely beautiful. Hello, how are you?
Thank you. I'm very well. How are you?
I am so good. So good to have you here with your vibrant colors. A lot of people don't actually know this, but you first came to South Africa as a model. We understand why. Then changed lanes to go into the fashion industry. What prompted you to take this new role and going into the fashion industry?
Yeah, I think for me, fashion was a calling. I remember I started stitching by the age of 5. I was going to the tailors to pick pieces to make clothing for my dolls. So for me, when I arrived here, it was an opportunity to study it. Yeah.
Beautiful. And now you obviously model your own designs. Yeah. I would not hire any other model to wear that. But the Nama collection, take us through it, where it all started for you. I know you said it started when you were 5 years old, and that was where the love of fashion came. But the collection itself, where did that start for you?
Yeah, so now, by the time, because I was living in Uganda, there was no chance I would study fashion. When I arrived here, it was a different world. I realized that fashion was a career. And so looking at different people and in the different environment, it was starting to make sense that I should be a fashion designer. Yeah, and so when an opportunity arose, I went to study fashion. And yes, so this has been my... Yeah.
And I love that, you know, you display your beautiful culture and the heritage of Uganda. In Uganda, Gomisi is known as a traditional attire. Do you feel like your collection reflects that?
Sometimes, because I change my collection a lot. But as you will see, I've got like puffy arms. The Gomesi has got puffy sleeves.
Okay.
And I've tried to incorporate that into my collection, even though puffy sleeves are now in fashion, but I had them already.
Okay, so you still a bit of inspiration from the Ugandan roots. That being said, you know what I love about you and about this collection is the fabric is sourced right in the African continent. You are from Africa. Everything is all about Africa and celebrating that. How important is that for you?
It is very important for me as an African to support my African people. It's absolutely important because I've been supported by Africans, so I should support them in return. Yeah.
No, definitely. Okay, this is what you came for, the collection to showcase to Mzansi, to showcase to the world. Take us through these pieces, because already, just like looking at this, it screams vibrant, it screams elegance, it screams sophistication. So show us what you have for us today.
Okay. Like I have a trench coat.
Okay, stunning,
It's
stunning. Love that.
It's modern. You can wear it office. You can wear it anywhere. Yes, exactly. And I have a jacket. It's reversible. You can wear it the other side. You can wear it, and I make like dresses that are casual.
Yes.
Yeah, go for a picnic out, for a walk.
I don't know what picnics you are going to. I definitely am not going to a picnic in that. And that's date night. That is like classy, out with the friends.
I've got like jumpsuits. Very, very nice. Pants. I mean, I make everything. I mean, if you dare to wear, it's like the dress with the slit up to here, so... Yeah.
I'm already excited. I'm like, where am I going to? What's my next event? I need to get Patricia to make something for me because it's beautiful. But where can people get hold of you? Where can people get hold of your designs and maybe be dressed by you?
Yes, so I have a shop in the Watershed. It's called Patricia Nama. We've been there for almost 10 years. And I have a website. It's called www.thenamacollection.com.
It is on our screens at the moment, thenamacollection.com. You are beautiful. Thank you so much for really just being inspired by your African roots, about your African culture, Uganda, bring Uganda to the world. Of course, if you'd like to see more of the Nama collection, then please make your way to the Watershed at the V&A Waterfront. Like Patricia said, you can also have a look at a line at her store, or you can shop online. Again, I will reiterate the website, which is www.thenamacollection.com.
For you, because you know it's Africa Day, and the thing is, nutrition is the theme for this year. And when I say nutrition, I'm talking about all the varieties of incredible cuisine that Africa has to offer, including something that you may be unfamiliar with, a plantain. Now imagine a plantain but as a cake. stop imagining and just look at this amazing person by the name of Mama K. There's no better way to celebrate the vibrant flavors of our continent and to offer a beautiful celebratory cake to those who come and visit you. Because you know what? In Africa, we visit each other all the time, and we're using plantain to make it happen. If you've never tried this sort of fruit, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Mama K is going to show you how easy it is to use, and of course, plantains are so versatile. And we're going to add a bit of Clover Classic in the mix as well. So, Mama K.
Thank you, Carl. Yeah, we're ready.
Let's talk
like
about this beautiful thing, this plantain first. Now, this is, I'm assuming, banana family?
Correct. It's part of the banana family. It's plantain. It's in South America, in West Africa, some parts of East Africa as well. So it is not banana. It is plantain.
It is plantain.
Because you normally cannot eat it raw.
Well, there we go. That's the difference, isn't it? And this is great. But I know that cooking with this is quite beautiful because the thing is, it's got quite it's quite stable, so it'll make sure that you know, whenever you cook, the batter will be very good if you add the batter as well. So I'm excited to see how we're going to turn this into a cake.
I think it's interesting to add because it's something unusual for a lot of West Africans. So we're just going to use it as like a sweet. Normally we grill it, we bake it, we roast it. So we've got our sugar and butter mix already, creamy. So we're going to add egg to it.
Okay.
You add one at a time. While I'm doing that, what you can do for me is, yes you've got that. If you can't, start mashing the plantain here. You just chop it up and mash it.
No problem.
While you're doing that, I'll be doing this. So we've got the sugar and butter already creamy mixed. Then you're supposed to add the egg one at a time. Fold it in one at a time, but we're just going to go for it now and cream it.
Go for it. Yeah, you always think of Mama Cake. Go for it.
Oh, yeah, we go for it.
This is the way we do it. It is time for Africa. We have to go for it.
There's so much, you know, in Africa for us to do, and this is one way to just add, you know, the flavor of what we do. So what I'm going to do, we're going to add the Clover Classic, you know, as well.
Which is always so good. As you add that, Mama K, I can tell you, Clover Classic Dairy Snack. It's a deliciously smooth and creamy dairy snack, and it gives the most beautiful crumb to our plantain cake. It's also a source of 10 vitamins and is available in various flavors, of which today we're going to use vanilla to make sure the plantain sings in our cake.
That's vanilla essence. Then what I'm going to do while you're mashing, I need that very quickly.
Okay,
so
got you.
You need to speed up.
I'm going to speed up.
You can't be in the kitchen with me and slow.
I can tell you
need to speed up.
The people are waiting, you know. That's it.
We've got hungry customers and clients here.
Yes.
Okay, so now we've got the flour here. We've got the baking powder. You add a pinch of salt, and you mix that. Are you done? Oh, wow. Bravo, well done. Oh, you've
Mama K, that's what I do. Thank you so much.
So we're going to add that, the mashed plantain in there. And like I said, this is something different because I'm sure some of my Nigerian and West African brothers and sisters were going, what's she doing? What's she doing with this?
But that's okay, because the thing is, we have to keep an open mind to food. Like today, it's Africa Day. We are keeping an open mind.
Exactly.
And we are
sharing.
And
we have to be creative.
Yes.
We have to be creative. So now we've got the mix of the flour and the baking powder and salt. So we're going to fold it into that to make it into a batter. So while I'm doing that...
So delicate as well. And I'm loving the Clover Classic in there because you've given it... I can smell the... So I feel like the reason why we chose vanilla is that plantain smell is quite prominent, you know?
Correct.
So when you make a banana loaf, you get the banana quite coming through. But now the plantain cake, you have to have that same thing. And this is why we haven't gone for a flavor of Clover Classic, which is perfect because I'm smelling the plantain.
And we've got the oven on at 180, so you need to have that done. Then we had the milk as well. So just add in terms of what you need. So I'm just going to do that. I think we've got a batter. We fold it through.
And then the batter's good to go, and we got our baking tin ready.
We're
popping it in there, 180 on the stove, and then the final, of course, cook. Of course, we
for 40 minutes to 50 minutes.
Perfect.
Then you bring
give it a quick test with a toothpick, and we're good to go.
Oh, I love that word.
Oh,
I can even, you know.
I'm feeling the vibe of that. Hey.
Where's the bacon? Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
We need to finish that.
Yes, of course, let's finish it.
Come on.
I love how
you can get away with it.
You know that usually we don't finish the recipe. We usually say at this stage, go to expressoshow.com to get the recipe and the entire thing. But you, Mama K, you are the fastest cook in the kitchen, I'm telling you now.
I only try.
I love that.
I had hungry young sons when I was growing up, so I needed to make sure food comes out quickly. There we go.
And once that goes in the oven, as mentioned, 40 to 50 minutes, get it sorted, and there we go. Mama K, you are a gem. You're a diamond in this kitchen. I appreciate you. Wow. Okay, plantain cake. Please try that with Clover Classic. You actually stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand in prizes. To enter, buy any Clover Classic custard dairy snack, fat spread or mayonnaise, and WhatsApp the till slip of your purchase to 074 909 0000. That was 4 zeros, by the way. So 074 909 0000. T's and C's apply and can be found on clover.co.za. Classic, timeless taste. And if you need to get your hands on the recipe, as mentioned, head on over to your favorite website, expressoshow.com, and get it going. Thanks, Mama Kay.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks, Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
We are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big!
Buy a Tropica, find your code under the cap, and stand a chance to win loads of instant prizes.
Plus, if you find the treasure under the cap, you will win one of 10 big prizes. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is. Your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3. Thank you very much for joining us. Midweek feel-good. Now, let's talk about some more feel-good on an island. Because Tropica Island of Treasure Season 10 is back with an all-star season. And here's the thing. It's your time to shine and to audition.
Auditions are not over yet.
Yeah.
No, if you thought it was over, think again. You can still audition right up until the 5th of June. Now, we will be hosting live auditions at the following Mr. Price home stores. Get this, it's the Pavilion in Durban from Friday the 27th to Sunday the 29th of May, as well as Sandton City in Johannesburg from Friday the 3rd to Sunday the 5th of June. So make your way over to the stores right spend.
Go to the stores and then tell Tropica why you should be chosen to compete with one of our all-star celebs and stand the chance to win your share of a smooth, wait for it, 1 million rand. And don't forget that these auditions close on Sunday the 5th of June, so the time is ticking.
And the best part is that you can also meet some of the all-star celebrities and also have your opportunity to impress them in the audition booths. Now, if you do stay in Durban, come and audition this coming weekend. That share of 1 million rand could be yours.
Oi, and I'm going to be there, so I want to see you there auditioning for your chance on the Tropica Island of Treasure. Don't miss out on your chance to join one of our all-stars, and could be you on the
island.
The closing date, once again, that's the 5th of June. You will definitely never be part of anything smoother than this. Get entering. Audition now.
We are back with the best of the best in the All-Star Season 10 of Tropica Island of Treasure. And we're going big! Just tell us why you should be chosen to compete with one of these All-Star celebs and stand a chance to win a smooth 1 million rand. WhatsApp your audition video or upload it on our socials at MyTropica for your chance to get a spot on the island. So buy a Tropica today, and this could be you. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
I mean, what is an island? Well, that's some music, so we'd love to bring you exclusives here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And this morning is no exception. African fusion music group Abavoki is about to debut their second track of the morning from their upcoming album. It is indeed an exclusive. And if you picture these guys at your next event, go to abavoki.com and get booking and support some vocals from the locals. Here comes their new single. This is Sunset. If you want to vuka, you need Abavoki. Let's think about that. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about. That song's called Sunset from the upcoming album. When it drops eventually, please support these guys. If you want to get some updates or any events coming up, go to abavoki.com and stay with us. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Vuka! Yes.
everybody. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if you haven't already guessed it, it is World Africa Day. And
Yes,
2022
it is.
really about the year of nutrition. So we're exploring that theme today.
Yeah.
What is your favorite food from the African continent? Maybe let us know which country it comes from and also the food.
Yeah.
You were speaking about mopani worms right now.
Masonja, guys. Guys, have you ever tried masonja? I love them. Dead or alive, I will have them.
Explain to us.
Masonja is mopani worms, and if you go to the Limpopo province, they're very, very common and popular there. If you want to have them as dessert, you just put them in a bowl and throw on some syrup and have them alive, obviously. Okay, I'm kidding.
And you were saying that it doesn't actually come up. So if you put them in the bowl,
They just stay there and just eat them.
Let's rather see what everyone online is saying. Let's start there. Michelle Basic saying, good morning, Expresso family. My favorite dish is braai, chop and dop, braai broodjie, a millie, samp and beans with cream and bacon.
Is that one dish, Meskat? Is that like all in one? The second one came through from Zealandia, Velke, who says, pap and gravy. I'm pure South African. Good morning, Expresso. I love it's uncomplicated. And it's that uncomplicated nature of African dishes that I really do find can be so attractive and alluring. I love it. Oh, there's the picture. Okay. There's a picture, Fiona.
Samp and beans for those cold winter days. Fiona, you're my person. This is something I could eat the entire day.
Now, I know that you're a samp and beans girl. Okay, so please do continue to share with us your favorite African dishes. I know that Nora Nkosi said my favorite South African dish is 7 colors. So what 7 colors is? You know 7 colors, eh?
Remember we went to that restaurant, 7 Colors? You and I went there.
At the waterfront.
It's literally like a little bit of everything. There was beetroot, there was pap, there was everything. Just exactly that.
The
7
actual
colors.
original name is several colors on a plate, but 7 colors, as South Africans do, we've termed it that, and that's what it is. We're running with it. Run with your favorite. Please do share them with us, and if you've got pictures, even if they're not from today, we want to see them. Use that hashtag Expresso Show.
Absolutely loving all the comments coming through and all those dishes, and we're going to continue to celebrate Africa Day with this next recipe. Stand by.
Made with love by Clover.
Yes, back in the kitchen celebrating Africa Day, of course. And traditionally, African cuisine was made using a combination of locally available fruits, vegetables, cereal grains, and meat products with preparation techniques all unique to various parts of Africa. Now, it has slowly been introduced to Western culture, and the next time you're yearning for a taste of African cuisine, then be sure to try this next absolutely winning recipe. We're talking about a grilled chicken with jollof rice, and it's a much-loved dish across the entire continent of Africa. And Mama Kay is here once again in the kitchen to show us exactly how quick and how easy this dish is indeed. Mama Kay,
I'm
so excited to cook with you in the kitchen.
I am excited. First time with you. Let's start here now first.
Yes.
We've got the chicken, so we're going to add oil.
Our hero ingredient, of course, going in there.
2 tablespoons of oil, the olive pride oil.
Nice.
And then we had the spice. Spice is really important for all our food in West Africa. So this is thyme. Okay. And then we've got garlic.
Yeah.
Then we've got paprika. So I'm going to mix that. We've got the oven ready. So I'm going to mix that, and we're going to put that in the oven at 180 until it cooks. But while I'm doing that, because you can't just stand and wait.
Okay, sure.
I need you to blend the red pepper, the onion, and the tomatoes together, and garlic with chili. So that's going to be like what we're going to use as a sauce for the jollof rice.
Nice, fiery,
you can't have
warm
you can't have jollof rice without the sauce. So
Okay, I'll get on this. And while I'm busy with this, let me chat to Mzansi as well, because obviously with the hero ingredient we're using, it's Clover Pride. It's the olive pride blend, and it's absolutely highly recommended for hot applications such as frying, grilling, stewing, as well as baking. And the beautiful part about it is that it has a high smoking point, but it still maintains an olive flavor, and that enhances the flavor of any dish that you're preparing, especially this one that we're doing right now. But I've been told I've got to get to work, so let me do that while Mama Kay serves up the rest of this beautiful dish.
So I've started as well with starting the pot. I had it on low heat. I'm going to increase the heat. So I've got the olive oil, 2 tablespoons.
Nice.
Again, roughly. You can reduce it if you want.
Okay.
Then we're going to add the onion, red onion, but you can use normal onion as well. I love the sizzling when I'm cooking. I like to hear that sound.
I love that sound. It's almost like the dish is now officially coming alive.
Exactly.
It's officially a party in the kitchen now. I must just ask you as well, Mama Kay, because you're from Nigeria, right?
I am.
And one thing I'm let's say, inspired by is the physiques of some of the Nigerian gents that I see at the gym. They jump for like 2 days and then they just got like biceps and pecs and everything. I'm pretty sure though, because I understand it's a lot about the nutrition, it's a lot about the diet. This looks like the kind of food that really gets these gents packed up, gets the muscle on, right? You've got some good rice, some good protein from the chicken as well.
I agree.
Yeah?
Carbs, I know a lot of people run away from carbs, but jollof rice, you can't get it wrong. We always fight with our West African neighbors in Ghana, Cameroon, about who makes the best jollof rice.
Okay.
So I've got here the olive, you know, with the olive fried with the onion, and I've got the spices in there as well. So while you're doing that, because
let me just make some noise quickly, 1 second.
Thank you.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm going to add the puree to it, the tomato paste.
Oh, now it's getting all mixed up. Looks like a sauce with a little bit of fire, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of love.
Perfect. Thank you.
Let me see what it smells like.
So you're going to pour that in here before you burn my onion.
Woo,
Thank you.
That smells good. At your service. There you go.
There you go.
Don't mess around with Mama K in the kitchen. This is not a game. This is real life. We're making magic out here.
Correct. And you need to add your spices. Salt is important. Cloves is important. I know because of Africa Day, I've got myself dressed up. This is not the right thing to wear in the kitchen. So, but never mind. I'm enjoying it. So now we've got that. You let it simmer for some time. Then I've got the garlic as well to add. You add the garlic as well. Garlic cloves, very, very important. I'm going to add a little bit of water.
Just let that simmer down,
Yep. And then we've got the washed long grain rice.
Okay, so now we're turning
But this needs to simmer for about 10-15 minutes for it to dry out.
Okay.
It needs to dry out first. But because we need to do this quick, we haven't got the 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll fast forward the time and pretend that it's done exactly
we're going to pour the rice in there. And normally what I do, the trick I do is you stir once and then you cover it. You can use a foil to cover it.
Okay.
It's just steaming. You just need to be on low heat, and then you steam it.
And then obviously in that steaming process, all that beautiful flavor that you've just created is going to get absorbed by that jollof rice. And
so you put foil first, if ideal, and then you cover it. And then
Simple as that.
And you can go and do whatever you want, and then voila.
Voila, fast food time, and you have a beautiful dish like this over here, jollof rice, Western African sensation. Now, can I actually get a taste of this? It's looking so good. I'm going to grab a little fork here and see. I'm going to start with the rice because that's obviously the
And be honest with me how it tastes.
Okay.
Don't just say,
Are you sure you're ready for my honesty?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Go for it.
Okay. That's really nice. I thought it was going to be pure fire because of the chili, but the flavor coming through is so good. It's authentic, beautiful blend.
And the chili you can add as in what you don't like. If you want more, you add.
I think the chili is a perfect combination. It's not too overpowering.
Correct.
Oh, I can just tell you, the rice has absorbed all of the flavor, all of the herbs and the spices. It's taken me all the way to West Africa. I feel like I'm on a holiday island somewhere.
Jollof-in, as we call it. Jollof-in with jollof rice.
I absolutely love that, Mzansi. And if you want to get this recipe, I'm telling you, you want to celebrate Africa with me right now. This dish is delicious. Jollof rice, grilled chicken. Here's a recap if you missed it and absolutely want to enjoy this. Go make this tonight. This is a banger. Nice stuff, Mama K. Thank you.
Made with love by Clover.
This May, stand a chance to win a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher when you catch Expresso weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on S3. Just tell us how you would use your shopping voucher to make your or someone else's birthday better than ever. Enter now, catch Expresso for the competition hashtag. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. And the competition runs until midnight on Tuesday, 31st May.
welcome back to it. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on S3 as we celebrate Africa Day. We've traveled all across the continent this morning. Honestly, have explored some of the most beautiful things about our lovely continent. Now, Ethiopia is where we're stopping now. Oh, yes. It is considered to be the birthplace of coffee culture. And it is thought that coffee was discovered in Ethiopia, in fact, as long ago as the 9th century. And today, over 12 million people in Ethiopia are involved in the cultivation and picking of coffee. And coffee remains a central part of Ethiopian culture. And you can see why. It's been a consistent and a constant part of their culture.
Yeah, we've often spoken about some of the beautiful flavors that come through from this region. And just like they did thousands of years ago, Ethiopians still consider the coffee ceremony as a crucial tenet of friendship as well as respect. It's so important, in fact, that it is performed for any visitor, no matter the time of the day. So today we are lucky enough to have a representative from Timbuktu Coffee and Observatory taking us through a beautiful demonstration of what we would like to call a celebration. And Helen is standing by with us right now, and you've got some beautiful, I love your look, I love this garment. Is this something traditional? Is it part of the culture?
Yeah, it's a traditional Ethiopian dress, yeah.
What's it called? A tupan?
Agar lips. It's called agar lips, but it's Ethiopian traditional. They're made in cotton.
Oh, wow. It's stunning, Helen. When would you wear something like this? Special occasions only, or when you just want to look beautiful?
No, it's only in a special occasion because it's white and it's not easy also to prepare every day to wearing this kind of clothes.
Of course.
Well, look, we're here to talk about coffee, of course, and coffee being one of the companies that you come from as well, but also something that's celebrated in your region. But maybe you can talk to me about the coffee and maybe the coffee company as well. What is the purpose of it all?
In Ethiopia or no?
Yeah, the coffee ceremony.
Yes,
you have
in
coffee
Ethiopia.
ceremony. Yes.
Yeah, in Ethiopia, when anybody is coming in your house, it's the first step to do to prepare a coffee. That's a culture, deep culture, and most part in Ethiopia. And then if you go in the southern part of Ethiopia, it's growing a lot of coffee beans, and it's a deep culture that people to invite the people because it doesn't make only one coffee cup and finish. You make 3 times to make it that coffee. Maximum you need 40 to 45 minutes.
And I know that during the coffee ceremony, you've got families gathering around, and then you've got is it the jabena?
Jabena means that's a coffee pot, that's calling, and it's made with
pot. And you gather around as a family, sit around for good coffee, and you do this for neighbors and relatives who are visiting as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what makes traditional Ethiopian coffee so different from all the other coffees that we've come to know from the rest of the world.
In Ethiopia, the coffees, when you make a coffee, it is not only to drink a coffee, to meeting also. When the people is coming, gathering, and we meeting about any problem, any family issue, a celebration, everything to be a gathering, the people that's in Ethiopia to make a coffee. And other things is different from other now. For example, when in Ethiopia, coffee doesn't prepare within 2 minutes, like espresso or cappuccino when you make it.
How do you do it?
It's a long process because it's if you see this coffee, it's a green coffee. You roast it the way, and this one is coffee is green, roasted until coming brown.
So they go from these are green coffee beans. I've never seen anything like they still smell like they're raw.
Oh wow, yeah.
So what do you then do with them?
That's you roast it in traditional way. You use it with the fire and the charcoal. You roast it slowly. Make maybe 10 to 12 minutes to prepare that. Be ready.
It's an experience. It's not just pouring.
It's not only coffee.
We have to give it a taste. Where's Jabena?
Jabena, she's busy preparing.
Jabena is busy and it's happening there. Okay, cool. So we have to taste the coffee. Where are we going to taste the coffee? Is it being prepared for us right now?
Prepare,
Maybe I can ask you while the coffee is being prepared, because something I notice is obviously the variation or the difference in our cultures. For us, more maybe like in a Western sense, the coffee we often serve with like a tea, something sweet like a cake or a muffin. What would you serve your coffee with when you do have your guests over?
We have some things like a bread, traditional bread is called kita or ambasha, whatever we prepare, and injera. There is calling injera also, the Ethiopian flat bread.
Yes, we saw injera. We actually ate some injera earlier on. Yes.
That one is a different kind of a breakfast. We will be prepared with the food, popcorn.
Is there a specific time of the day where coffee consumption, where you drink coffee, is it for, because in the mornings, for South Africans at least, coffee is more common right around that time of the day, but you can have it any time. For you, is it a breakfast thing? Is it a lunch thing? Is it an anytime thing?
Mostly is morning, but it's anytime. Even in the night, if someone is coming in your home, you make it a coffee. It doesn't say, oh, I'm not sleep or whatever. You drink it. But
Even at night?
Yeah.
And you manage to sleep?
Yeah.
With this strong coffee?
Of course.
Come on.
But I love the tradition, though, because if you really think about it, it's actually quite awesome to be able to have this tradition where when people are invited to your home, you know, often you invite them to the home and you give them a gift or something.
Yes.
This is a beautiful gift. This is a beautiful opportunity to obviously share that love. And like you were saying earlier, it spreads. So it's not just one person.
Not only thinking about the sleeping or anything. That is time to gathering and speaking with the people because you will get a connection now. That's a part.
Wangeta is here because you came here with a lady. Wangeta. Huh?
Even to eat the food, you cannot eat like now. The difference in Ethiopia, you cannot eat the food your plate. You will use it in one big plate and share it. That's
I love the culture. I love the culture.
I'm just trying to see if we can, if the coffee is prepared in time, because I'm dying. I know Tabisa and I are standing by, hoping to, hopefully, if this gets roasted in time, we can maybe try a little hand at some of this flavor. How would you just? I mean, you've had some Ethiopian coffee before. We've had a lovely opportunity as well to taste it. Have you had coffees besides your own? Or I know this is probably an unfair question, but I'm sure that you prefer Ethiopian coffee amongst the rest of the world, right?
Yeah.
That's an easy question to ask.
Okay.
Right, so
Wangeta is
coffee
here.
has been brewed. It looks like it's been roasted.
There is Jebena. Jebena is here. This is Wangeta. Her name is Wangeta, but Jebena is what they call the pot, right?
Yes,
That's not her name. Oh, I'm very excited about this. Who prepares the coffee traditionally? Is it the ladies or the gents? Who does it?
No, it's a lady. Doesn't allow any man to prepare in not only in Ethiopia, in any African country. Mostly they prepare a woman because it doesn't allow.
Yeah, but I think it's because there's nothing like a woman's touch. That love that you make, the love that you make the coffee with is different completely. But please, maybe pour it for us so that we go through this experience.
All right.
So when you pour it, is there a specific way?
Yes, because you need to keep it like this to be settled. The coffee is inside and it's boil the water. You need a couple of minutes to settle the coffee and they make it slowly. To put it slowly.
But look, the aromas. Oh, Helen, I can smell that strong burst of coffee flavor. It is so robust. I love it. And we know that, of course, it's robust in taste and complexity as well, and stature among the world's coffee communities. And we know that Ethiopian coffees definitely could well be your next Java obsession. So maybe go to the Timbuktu coffee shop and do try out this experience. I think it's a one-of-a-kind experience, without a doubt.
There we go.
Do you want to go, Riley?
Celebrating Africa Day too. This is the best part of this morning. And look and
put it the sugar if you like, guys. You put the sugar.
I think we're going to stay.
Yes, I'm going to have some sugar.
You are?
Yeah,
Okay.
you know me. You know me.
The smell's already rich, aroma, robust indeed. I don't think I'm going to do any sugar with mine, but it's quite hot.
It's like spices. It smells like a combination of spices. It's like spicy, ne?
Yeah, no, we don't put any spice.
Tapiso, get ready, my friend. I'm getting rich tones.
Some minute to settle.
I must give it a minute to settle.
Strong blend. It's very robust. At the same time, so much flavor in it as well. Oh.
There's quite a bit to experience with Ethiopian coffee, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. But while we get into it and really do allow it to settle and mix all together, here's Abavoki with another sizzling performance.
Indeed, please save me some coffee. I love Ethiopian coffee is the best, honestly. But Abavoki, also a cup of talent, is what we have for you in your Feel Good Breakfast Show today. They have made you go through a journey of their African spirit today. And of course, their new album is coming soon. They've been giving us exclusives of the new tracks. And this one is no different. So for the Africa Day show today, we have this energetic group performing for you in a very, very special song that was inspired by one of the members' daughters. So please take a look at this and get moving. This is Latita. See you tomorrow.
We love you.
We love you.
Ah. Woo. Here's to the sweet taste of time off, celebrating the lust of summer, and to family memories made with love by Clover.